Yes, I, a special one from the CEOs, then coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, gradually, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you got today?
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Yes, what you got today?
Spoon.
Beseku.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba.
Spoon.
Skibidi dabado.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEOs, then coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening in Monrovia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Yes, what you about today?
Okay, Spoon FM, Spoon Radio, Spoon TV. This is the Spoon Network. This is the late night show on Spoon. I'd like to say welcome. Thanks to all of you tonight for joining us on another edition of the program. I want to say thanks to the folks in Radio Land, those of you tuned to your radio tonight, to follow Spoon, to follow the late night show, to know exactly what the issues are that we have on the plate for tonight. I want to say thanks to all of you for joining us across the internet. I see a lot of you in the comment section already making your contributions across Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV. And I see you on YouTube as well, Spoon Talk Live. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. Kindly share the program as you come on. It's going to be a fascinating discussion tonight. And I as we talk about Liberia, talking about the issues with our diverse panel here, and this is what it's going to be about tonight, and I want to again say thank you for being here. As usual, the rest of the team, I will bring them on shortly. Raymond Zize is already in the background, and the rest of the folks will be joining in. And like we posted earlier and did announce the other day, today we will be talking to the guys from the CDC COP. Um, lots of issues to talk about, and so they're going to be in the hot seat tonight. And the good thing about this show is that the panel comprises of folks from diverse political backgrounds, people who share different political views. And so it's going to be a great conversation tonight. Kindly share the program and let's get the show started. Let me recognize a few of you. Let me go to the comment section quickly and see who are those that are here tonight. Alice Band is here. Thanks for joining us, ma'am. Lofty Bondo. I see Otis Cooper. I see DJ Do. I see Lee Kamara. I see Hipko Kasi as usual. We always appreciate you for being here, Hipko Kasi. Russell DT Due Jr. Thanks for being here. Russell, I see Jerry Gitawa is here as usual. Journalist Samuel Flomo Jr. is following from Batala. That's Banga City, Bon County. Yes. Thanks for joining us, Samuel. I see Otaga Kahar is here. Nathaniel K. Hill has joined us as well from YouTube. Lofty Bono, our own sister. Thanks for being here tonight. Madam Mariah Sando Jinatu is joining us from New York tonight. Thanks for being here. I see Madam Marcia Snelling is here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Nataline Weir, Fomba Sese, Fomba Sese. I see Amara Sharif, Rose Sankali, Seku Kroma, Ami Flomo. All of you tonight, thanks for joining us. And it's moving so fast now. I see James Cole. Oh, my own senior brother, Mr. Joseph J. Tazo Robert is here. Noosh, thanks for joining us tonight. Noosh said he bumped into Shirley at the African store. He thought Shirley was that tall, huge lady he's always seen on the late night show. Not only like camera or helping Shirley. He bumped into Shirley. He said the face looks like Shirley from the late night show, but the body, I agree. I seen where somebody bumped into Raymond, they said a similar thing. But Francis' case was different because when a person bumped into Francis, the camera can make small, but I didn't know that he looking huge at the But my Raymond, the camera can make you look like you get body, but you're not real body man. So the camera has a way of giving different perspective of things and depends on the angle and all of that. So if you're good at setting the angle like Francis, yeah, you do good. But I want to welcome everyone tonight, man. And should I will send it? Why are the guys eating in the background? Francis is eating in the background. Gerald Sandy just from eating. Raymond has been seated. Guys, so y'all just know what I'm talking about now. You know, Raymond is the only person who hasn't been eating in the background. But thanks for being here, man. We appreciate all of you guys for coming here tonight. Francis, Gerald, Sandy, and Raymond, everyone, we're here tonight. We're here.
My man, it's good to be here. How you doing? How you doing, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Good,
no
good,
lady.
man.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
Awesome.
We good as always, man, and always a pleasure to be here and discuss the issue that pertains to all of us, especially our people back home. And we look forward to a better Liberia because every Liberian stand to benefit. That's our common patrimony.
My
our
man, how
common
you doing,
denominator.
Pala? How you doing? You can preach. Every small chance you get, you want to talk. Make sure you watch Raymond Time tonight.
I'm doing the Lord's work.
That's a hell. No, Raymond is a typical Liberian man. So someone said when the Liberians were in Africa Coast as refugees, when Liberian men and Ivorian, got involved with something, before you get, as soon as you get a man chance, the man will explain until you convince, even if the man was wrong. So the people notice it, then you should get Liberian men chance to explain again. When you go, they will put you inside first. When you finish being inside there for 2-3 days, then you come outside and say, explain what happened. But Francis, how you guys doing, man? Welcome to the show, Francis. I see Charles is coming on as well.
Yeah, we good, man. We good. Always good to be here. Talk about our country. Always good to be here.
Raymond did his opening already. Just a hello gave Raymond the time to do his opening, and he went beyond. So it's interesting. But it's gonna be a great show tonight, guys. I think all of you already know. We have the guys we'll be bringing on from the CVC COP. It's gonna be a great conversation tonight. But I don't know why. Up to now, the guys are yet to log in. But it's gonna be a great conversation. But I want us to do our opening before the guests can come on. We have had conversations around the happenings across the country and all of that. But one big event that a lot of Liberians eagerly look forward to today was the appearance of some key officials of this government. The folks were expected to appear today at the House of Representatives. They did, but the appearance was accompanied by a communication from the office of the president. We don't have the luxury of time to read that entire communication. I guess a lot of you already saw the communication. Yeah, and for the first time, the president spoke to the yellow machine issue. He said, "Look, the thing you're talking about, you're dragging, hauling, and pulling." Somebody, your phone is ringing. That my friend. You want to mute, Charles? That my friend. The way the whole thing looking, we ain't even go anywhere with that thing yet. Gentleman agreement. Two all come with discourse. We lecture. I said, my man, I want to help you. He said, oh, you want to help me, eh? But okay, but a good thing, yo. But certain level will reach, you give me, we'll go with some paper. Ain't made sure yet. But we got machine in the country. Yeah, so the president more like took the blame. He took everything upon himself today. We'll talk about that. I think that's part of what the guys want to talk about as well. I understand there's another angle of the discussion they have. They put up a release calling on international partners to take actions against the officials who were in the center of this entire process. They're calling for sanction. And we'll talk to them tonight. We'll get to hear from them. What's triggering this, and other aspects of the conversation we'll look at tonight. But I want us to do our opening, and as usual, take 1 minute each. Let's do our opening, and then we can kickstart the show. So let's start with you, Raymond. And I want to say to our folks, kindly share the program as you come on tonight. Let's share the show because it's gonna be very, very interesting tonight. Raymond, you can go ahead. Your 1 minute, sir.
So it's a pleasure to be here as always to discuss the Liberian people thing. What affect all of us, a country that we all belong to, and so we should all have a voice. And there's an opportunity to be on this network where we can voice our opinion and our analysis to the rest of our people. And I just want to speak to the issues of this earth moving equipment known in the Liberian community as yellow machine. The president hasn't broken any laws. Our constitution in Article 50 gave the powers of the executive to the president that named the president as the head of state, the chief of staff. And in Article 57 of our constitution, it makes the president, it gives the power to the president to sign treaties. All international as of the affairs of the foreign affairs. So the president has the authority to negotiate on behalf of the Liberian people. And when that is done, he gets consensus from the legislators. But he has not concluded that. People jumping and playing politics with this thing, not interested in the well-being of our people, how we can develop our country. The Ministry of Public Works, when I worked there, did a survey, an assessment, and realized it's going to take us $30 billion to build our major road network in our country. Where can we source such money at this time? So if we can use about $100 million, which we can generate, our budget is about $700+ million annually. Why can't we invest that? Our legislators are interested in getting $47,000 for a vehicle after every 3 years. The amount of money that we spend on them monthly, for just going there and argue, sometimes when we listen to them, we feel ashamed because our conduct will not do something unacceptable behavior. But yet they're crying wolf when the president had not even concluded his
Thank you.
negotiation, but they want all the records. I think they are playing and they're not serious about doing the Liberian people business. Thank you.
Thank you for that great opening. I want us to stick in the 1 minute so we can do justice to the time here tonight. So let's take Cindy. Moba, welcome to the show. I see our guests are already in the background. Moba, it's good to have you on. So Cindy, go ahead. Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you, Nelson.
Your opening.
Nelson and the rest of the panelists here, good evening from my end, and to the Liberian people that are watching and all listening to us, good evening. Nelson, I'm looking forward to a very good show. From what I heard, quote unquote, the CDC COP is with us tonight. I want to believe that this is the same CDC COP that we saw on video camera beating naked a young Liberian, beating him almost to death. So I look forward to interacting with them tonight. Hold on. Let me say my introduction here.
I haven't said anything yet. You're telling me to
I
hold.
saw your reaction. So I do look forward to interacting with them tonight.
I know it's going to be your first. I know it's going to be your first interaction with him.
It's going to be my first interaction.
The guys were here the other day and they spoke to that issue. They said they weren't on video. The group there wasn't their group, But it's a good thing that you're going to be interacting with them for the first time tonight.
Well, yeah, from their own mouth, and I'm here now. So
yeah.
The issue of the yellow machine, man, is big in the country. I know we are spinning it. Now, let me end on this 30 seconds of my time because it's some of my time. You went somewhere and you try to negotiate. It's like a child went somewhere on behalf of the parent, try to negotiate without the parent awareness, right? And that child came on with something very big, mighty. The parent trying to ask the child, how did you bring this home? Why didn't you tell me prior to even going there? And now the child is saying, well, I have the right to go on your behalf and do some negotiation and make some deal. I got this thing from my friend. The child is not even willing to tell us who the friend is. But again, we look forward to the discussions tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. You want to enter it? You want to enter the discussion? You don't want to enter? Well, we will certainly get there. Francis, you want to open quickly? Let's hear you.
Yeah, for me, hey guys, for me, my opening will be with some numbers real quick. Just on this whole yellow machine thing. For me, I'm not focusing on all the noise that people making about procedure and all that stuff. Whoever want to talk about when it's not done right, it's not done at all, it's your business. I'm going to talk about the Liberian people. Our legislature, I'm not even including the executive and the judiciary. They're throwing numbers out there saying it will cost the country about 70 to 90 million dollars to pay for this 285 yellow machine. For our Liberian people, this is how we get that money. If you take away the $100,000 from each representative for county development, that's 73 of them are $7.3 million. If you take 150,000 from each senator, 30 of them, that's $4.5 million. If you put that together, you get somewhere around $11.8 million. If you multiply that by 6, we're going to get it each year. By 6, that's $70,800,000 right there. You pay off the yellow machine right there or there a little more. Then you come to that gas slip. Each of them get $2,000 a month. If you give them $2,000 a month for a year, that's $2,472,000. If you give it them for 6 years, that's $14,832,000. If you add gas slip and county development fund together, you get $85,632,000. The next 3 years, they will buy them cars that will cost $45,000 each.
So that should be a perfect key math. That math is not far from the perfect key math. How did you do the division, the addition, and the subtraction? How did you do the multiplication and the square root and everything? No,
that's why I'm going
this math is not correct.
So Maria, I know it said 3,000, you're right, but I'll go to 2,000 and be floating around.
Francis, multiplying outside of the bracket.
The next 3 years, they'll give them $45,000 each again. So 103 of them, multiplied by 45,000, that's $4,635,000. If you add the gas slip, the car, and the county development fund, that's $90,267,000. The yellow machine is paid off. Okay, all your roads are good. Your agricultural farms, the village road, everything open. Our goose, our fresh juice, pineapple, then will leave the villages. They will not get rotty. They will come to the road. We'll buy it. We'll eat it. They're planting. They will leave from one place to the next. So they shouldn't say that if they really love the country, let them get mad at the process. But let them say, you know what? This is what we can do. We don't need county development fund. They put it to it. It's still developing the entire country. So all the counties will benefit. We don't have to give them gas slip. We don't have to buy them cars. So those criminals should stop acting like they're angry on behalf of the Liberian people. But they're angry because they want to campaign.
Thank you very much, Francis.
They don't listen to them. Whether you're from CDC or you're Unity Party or LPP, you are Liberians. These people get too much money in the budget. They don't have to go outside.
Francis, am I muted? Francis, am I muted?
Yellow machine in President Barker's term. Thank you.
Francis, was I muted?
I mean, I like listening to that.
Look, Francis, you know, I got a button here that can mute people and remove people. You know that one.
What are you taking people time for?
No, you interfere when Francis was talking. You distracted him, so you needed to get him.
Yeah, but I didn't see the square root in the math.
I don't do square root. I do addition, multiplication. That's all I know. I don't know the other one.
That perfect key math. But go ahead, Charles. Let's hear your opening quickly. Then we'll take more about.
Yes, let me start by saying welcome to all of our people. Welcome to my fellow panelists up here. Let me also congratulate the people, the peace-loving people of District number 11, most especially our soccer team. We received a mighty win today over District 13. And I want to say shout out to the entire team, the coaching staff and the players for that wonderful win today, District number 11. Again, to the issue, my brother Francis just said it clear. The issue about these guys putting too much in their pockets and forgetting the Liberian people cry is insane. That's something that I don't think anyone on this panel will agree to. And so with that, those money, they need to put it in the country. They need to do things for the people. The health sector is there. The educational system. Imagine the minister said our educational system is fragile. And at this point, we need a solid educational system. We need a solid health facility, solid health system. There are hospitals, no drugs. Let us not just look at Maserati County because Maserati County is not Liberia. We have Grange there, we have Riverside, we have Buchanan, we have Lofa, we have these other counties. Monrovia is not just Liberia, and our focus in that country is just Monrovia, and that is bad for our people. And so with these things, I think those money, imagine us paying our own representative to come and visit us. That money
Thank you.
can go into the health sector. And county development fund that we cannot see what that money is doing. If it's going to the health sector, it's important, it's beneficiary to the country. And one of the things I would say here right now, seeing, I think the legislature, the house, they need to actually look at the issue about healthcare. And in my opinion, I feel that from nursery all the way to 12 age, you have free health insurance in our country that the
Thank you.
government will be responsible for. At
Thank
the
you
end
very
of the
much.
day, you take people to hospital, nursing, the doctors and nurses are telling you pay this amount of money before we tend to your patient. What is that? You prefer the money over the person's health? That is so
Let's leave
wrong.
it there, Charles. We have to bring in our guest now.
Listen, you take my
Mobile.
time. You take my time. I haven't even reached 1 minute. I'm timing myself right now.
Let me see your time. Let me see the string.
I'm timing myself right now.
We saw you and your woman. Now
Yeah,
anytime.
I am timing there. Let's bring Mobile in for sure.
Nothing to the guest that we have today. The last time I was
Look,
following.
look. Let's get the guest to come on. Let's get the
Nelson,
guest. Yeah.
Nelson, I will
Let's
ask for 20 seconds after mobile, please.
the 20 seconds have
Unless
finished.
we want to repeat intro though.
No, yeah.
So
The
No,
that's
second
our best.
the 20 seconds finish now. We gotta bring the guest on. Please, Raymond. Just jot down your points. You maybe you can make comment before even asking your question. Mobile,
Yeah,
please
thank
go
you.
ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson, and thank you to all our loving people who view us from radio, YouTube, and Facebook as well. And thank you to all the panelists. Nelson, the yellow machine issue causing a lot of trouble in the country. But the good thing about it is that the Liberian people, they in favor of the machine. Today, when I watched the session today, I saw Yeke Koluba just standing or talking by himself. To tell you that he only in the house to make noise. Now he needs to complain he's doing drug we are regime. He needs to fire the poke, bill on the floor, the poke him. The Prophet Timon needs to chong it away. Now let him put bill on the floor, let him see it, will chong it away. So you see, and the whole yellow machine issue pertaining to the president, go to Article 57. It make it clear to the Liberian people. Right? Article 57. He will concur with what the House of Representatives. He get it right to go out. He get it right. He get the power to do it, to go out and negotiate and bring whatsoever he got to bring. And then when he bring it, he carry it to the Senate. I mean, the House of Representatives. Right? So they can concur to see what they can come to the discussion and see, oh, yes, let us pass this. But it mean to say that the president is in error. But a lot of people call it, oh, the president is in error. The president is in error. Yes, but in the interest of the Liberian people. Today, I could see a lot of lawmakers over there. They're making for nothing noise. Then when you get the people saying the market better than the people that are in the House of Representatives. Today, we
Thank
saw
you,
it.
Mobile.
All the
Thank you,
people that
Mobile.
under the comment section, you could see them complaining how noisy that play was, but nobody. And when you ask them, they want to take from that, the House of Representatives, they will tell you they nothing. So yobo, then keep no dollar, no conclusion. Then they want to rip the Liberian people. But friends, thank you for that piece of
Okay.
what you told them. That would take all
So
that benefit.
we wanna go straight into the show now. Let's now welcome our guest on the show tonight. Ben Believe Toba. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, Nelson. And I'd like to say greetings to your colleague panelists. And it's always a pleasure to sit on Spoon FM so that we can be able to cross pollinate ideas on national issues. Liberia belongs to all of us. Whatever is going to happen, be it good or bad in this country, is going to affect all of us. And whether you're home here in Liberia or whether you are residing elsewhere in the diaspora, this is the only country you cannot be deported from. Some of you who are in the diaspora who find yourself in an unfortunate situation at any point in time in life, and you have just one place to call home, and that's Liberia. So some of us see this as a necessity to ensure that our voices can be added to effectuate the necessary change we want in our country and to pay whatever patriotic price some of us have dedicated our life to do that for the common good of our country, the generation now and the generations unborn. So let me thank all of you, the dedicated panelists. Nelson, you're doing a very great job here. The last time we were here, fully an hour, and today, again, we're happy to be here on the show, and I bring you greetings from the offices of the CDC Council of Patriots.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot for being here, Ben. Let me welcome Fode. Fode, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nelson. And let me extend a heartfelt and patriotic greetings to all of your wonderful panelists. It is great being here, most especially as we are calling for immediate sanction on the Buakes administration, to be specific, Mamaka Belete and Sylvester Grisby. These conversations are important because the Republic is at a crossroad. At about this time, it is 2 minutes past 1 o'clock in Liberia. Our essence of being up is not a joke. It tells you the seriousness, it tells you the urgency of us being here to have this conversation. So we look forward to a very peaceful, respectful, and professional conversation where people can disagree on the basis of the subject. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, and let me again welcome you both here tonight. It's a great thing that we can be here to have this conversation. It's only when we can dialogue, discuss our differences in ideas, and all of that, that we can have a peaceful country. And so I want to say welcome to you guys. It's a great thing that you're here. But I want us to go straight into it. And for the you just said it right, and this is part of the reason why we thought to invite you guys. You pull up a statement. In that statement, you are calling for sanction. Now, most of the folks are already aware of the issue relative to the yellow machine or the earth moving equipment that the government brought into the country. Liberians are divided on it. There are some who think that this is very important for our country because it's going to connect the rest of the country. Road connectivity is very key. There are some who have disagreement relative to the procedure and all of that. But you pull up a statement calling on international partners to take immediate action to sanction the Minister of State without portfolio, the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Sylvester Grisby, And this has claimed the attention of a lot of people, especially with a government that came into power and has been just about 5 to 6 months in power. I mean, give us the whole idea behind this, especially being the CDC Council of Patriot that supported uh, and canvassed everything for the CDC, um, an administration under which a lot of folks were sanctioned. Uh, I mean, is this what you want for Liberia? Someone may ask. Is this in any way going to solve some of the problems, the issues we have in the country? When, if for example, we have those two officials of government sanctioned, what is the driving force behind this argument that you're pushing at this time, and why is it necessary for the relevant authorities you're calling on to take this action? So we can start with you, Ben or 40, interview, and then we can take on the conversation from here. Can you guys hear me?
Well, basically, um, the CDC COP, in a press release on the 29th of May, in this their column for the dismiss of mamacability, for the shaded the negotiation of this yellow machine, and which was informed on a kickback she and Grace Bay arranged to receive in the tomb of to receive some bribes and then getting the legislature involved later on with some $2.3 million to ensure that there can be some level of approval. Fortunately for us, we saw today a contradictory letter from the office of the president, where the entire shaded aspect of what we've already exposed came up publicly. You see, in the country where the Minister of State with our portfolio and the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs will go all out, make negotiations, make deals to get personal financial benefits, pocket it at the expense of the states, it becomes a major violation. I heard you read somebody read article, I think 57 of the Constitution, when they talk about the presidential power to go out and lobby, to negotiate on behalf of the country. And when that is done, you engage with the legislature. But you see, when you go all out there, you engage with your quote unquote friend. Information in the CDC COP secretary confirmed the friend, and on this platform we announced the name of the friend to the Liberian people. When you go all out there, you negotiate clandestinely without transparency, and you come and inform the country that it is your friend of goodwill that you had a conversation with, and the machines I brought into the country with the flag of Liberia, and your ministers who should be responsibly sitting in office. You have them all on top of their vehicles as if we're in campaign period, parading the streets, celebrating yellow machines. The first time it was done, it was when they converged at the ministerial complex for their cabinet retreat. It did not stop there. Without any consultation with the legislature, as Constitution demands, engagement with the legislature to have legislative approval, brought in the yellow machines. The last time we checked, similar thing happened with the bus issue from Ghana. Buses, conversations were made, filibustering about buses coming to the country, and at the end of the day, it was unearthed that it was done in an unorthodox manner and form. We got shame as a country, and I'm sure all of you here, especially the panelists, those of you who are residing out of Liberia, you got shame and embarrassed that these things were happening to your country. It was very made and shame that Liberia stole buses from Ghana, something that undermines our credibility as a state, defame us. Now let's go to the issue about this yellow machine. Is the I mean, this whole issue about the yellow machine, Mama Ability, Grace being the Minister of States, being the frontliners, going behind the curtains, publicizing the yellow machine issue and bringing it into the country. We see when the Minister of States for Presidential Affairs speaks out, when a Minister of State without portfolio speak out, when a convoy of government officials go to the Freeport of Monrovia, celebrate and parade the streets with yellow machines, and have the barracks under the Ministry of National Defense, where the Army Chief of Staff preside, will house the yellow machines, have it as a storage point. And then the president coming up to write a communication as if we are K2 students and tell the country that one of his friends, he initiated a conversation with the friend, and the friend agreed and brought the yellow machines in the country. First of all, where did the machine pass?
Okay.
Who paraded with the machines on the street?
I want you to
Where
just
were the machines taken for safekeeping?
so we bring Fode in because we have to go
Yeah.
around the table with a round of questions.
Okay. Where were the machines taken for safekeeping? At the barracks. At the barracks. At the AFL barracks. There where the machine was stored. Who were those leading the charge to get the machines from the Freeport of Monrovia and parading the street? Mama Ability, with the full support and involvement of Grace Payne, the Minister of States for Presidential Affairs. All of those people work at the Ministry of States and are confidants and protege of Joseph Newman Boakai. So for the president of the country to come up in the midst of all of these glaring revelations, and to come up and write an elementary paragraph of a letter to the legislature, it exposed the shitty deal of Mr. Boakai. And you see, when the president starts to violate the law at this level, striking deals with unscrupulous and unorthodox individuals at the expense of the country, these things have a penalty. And the only thing that can be done to put the government in check is sanction. You see, these are things that were condemned.
And I want to hold you there a bit. Ben. Let's bring
Go
Fode.
ahead.
Let's bring Fode in, and then we're gonna go around the table with the round of questions because I want us to be straight to the point on addressing some of the issues tonight because we started up a bit late and we don't have the luxury of time. And so, can we bring Fode? Let's hear you on this, and then we're gonna go around the table.
Yeah, I mean,
Fode mic is muted. You need to unmute Fode mic and bring him.
Fode is not
He's
muted.
not muted. He just spoke. We heard him.
Okay, Fode, you are clear. Okay.
Probably frozen.
Bring me on the show.
You are on, Fode.
Okay, you are on. Maybe you are not seeing yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much. The CDC COP calls for sanctions on Mama Ability. The CDC COP call for sanctions on Mama Ability and Sylvester Gillespie is the result that they have subverted the rule of law and institutionalized corruption in Liberia. Two things. They have subverted the rule of law and institutionalized corruption in Liberia. So, what are the legal basis of our call for sanction? There are 4 reasons. The first one is Executive Order 1381-8 in America. The executive order says people that participate into corrupt acts that got the ability to undermine corruption around the globe, these people will be sanctioned. That's 1. 2, the Global Magnitsky Human Rights Act of Accountability. It says anyone that involves into corruption in the war to support a particular nation, such a person should be sanctioned. The third one rather, United Nations Convention Against Corruption. This is a document that Liberia is a sanitary tool. Corruption is a way that got the ability to kill the fabrics of the country. So this United Nations Convention Act Against Corruption says that anyone that involves into the act of corruption, anyone that violates the rule of law, this person must be sanctioned. And the fourth one, the International Convention for the Suppression of Financing of Terrorism. So these are the 4 reasons why we are calling for sanctions. These are the 4 reasons why we are calling for sanctions. So there are legal grounds, there are evidence. And yeah, the reason why we chose marketability.
You've just provided for the. I want to hold you there a bit, and I appreciate the fact that you came in with some of those bases right on the call. But again, just before I give it up to the panelists to come in with some questions, some Liberians in the comment section, and I'm receiving text messages as well, are asking the question: why now, when Minister McGill, for example, was sanctioned? You condemned the process. You thought that those people were not giving due process, and the U.S. was not being fair with respect to how they came down with sanction on some key officials of the CDC government. The NPA boss, Bill Terry at the time, who is now senator, Minister McGill, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the same position that Mr. Grisby is in now, who is now senator of Margibi County. They were towers of the CDC, and that action from the U.S. government was condemned by you guys. Why do you think it's prudent at this time that the very action you condemn be taken against people who are in an administration that you opposed? And I will need just one person to respond to this, then I can give it out to the folks across the table.
You see one thing, Nelson. When Mama Kability, who is the minister of state portfolio.
Yeah. For just hold on a bit. Let's have Ben come in, and maybe you take a few seconds on that. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
When Mama Kability, who is Joe Boakai, minister of state with our portfolio, is employed as a lobbyist by the Guma group of companies, purportedly linked to a terrorist finance agreement. We all know about the Guma group of companies to swap the Wologisi Mountain to ensure that some 285 pieces of earth-moving machines or yellow machines are brought in the country.
Who's swapping the Wologisi Mountain? Who's
those swapping? There were informations in our domain. Have it that Mama Kability, a Grispe, negotiated our country's resources to have these machines brought into the country. And interestingly, you will know that Mr. Joseph,
how authentic these pieces of information are.
The information are authentic.
National platform. We've been
everything the CDC Council of Patriotism release is authentic. It is fact-based. It is done by research before we come up with these things. Joseph Numa Boakai, friend, who runs the Guma group of company, he's also linked to terrorist activity, financing terrorism. He's known for that. The U.S. government knows him very well. Why you think Joseph Numa Boakai ran to issue a letter that was read at plenary, but could not mention that friend? Let me say this to you. The court for sanction is authentic, is fact-based, and the reasons are vivid. As we speak.
You're not going to my question again. And the question was...
Listen. You asked a question, you said, why now?
Yeah,
the reason why now is because Joseph Numa Boakai, I'm coming. Why now is because Joseph Numa Boakai is the president of the country. He came on a mantra of rescue. Rescue is an emergency. Rescue is not a blame shifting game. Rescue is not justification or looking for things that happened in the past. rescue is not things you perceive that may have happened before. When you come to rescue, you are not concerned about how the person got drowned. You are not concerned. You are concerned about how you get the person out of the water. That's how you rescue. So in this case, Joseph Newman Boaka, who said he came to rescue, his ministers, Grispe and Mamaka Belete, went into negotiation with a terrorist group involved in clandestine acts on the basis of receiving kickbacks and parade with yellow machines across the country. And you know it becomes a major contradiction when under the very eyes of the commander-in-chief, Joseph Newman Boaka, that those machines were paraded by his ministers. They
Okay,
were
so
taken by
thank you.
high officials of government and kept at the ear of the barracks.
Since in fact we have a lot of panelists on set tonight, I want us to go across the table now, and I want us to be to the point on the questions because we need to do this in time. We have limited time. Let's hope we can work within the time we have to be here tonight. Okay, take few seconds on that because we have to go around the table. Wow, for the something is now okay with your connection.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a delay.
On August 15 of 2022, Mr. Nathaniel Magay and several others were sanctioned on the basis
For the I think you have to log out and come back in. This
I said on August 15, 2022, when Mr. Nathaniel Magay and several others were sanctioned, we are using that particular case as a precedent. Yet,
wow.
All right.
For the I'm sorry, you have to come back. Let's go around the table now. I want us to bring in Moba, go ahead, ask your question first, then we're gonna bring Raymond, and then next will be Cindy. I see Emmy and Maria in the background. But go ahead, Moba, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. And then Bide Tokpa and Junior. Yes, thank you, my brother. Thank you for appearing on the school show. My question going straight to the July 26th incident that occurred opposite the embassy. And you, according to what I'm reading here, your name was mentioned in the identical report. On this report that I'm reading, it's on the website. July 26, 2022, when the men from Soup were protesting, was having a peaceful protest to go to the embassy, to go get a petition to the American embassy. According, they say the CDC COP, as far as concerned, you guys are the CDC COP, and you guys was the head. They said you guys went there and disrupt their protest, 1, 2, and brutalized a lot of people. And one of the victims was Walter Susuru. He was beaten massively, and his clothes was teared all around. Like they took his clothes, he was bleeding, and we all saw it on video. They indicate everything here. And as far as we're concerned, all around the world, on the criminal justice side, if let's say an organization or a body that like create something like maybe a chaos, the hair always the person the hair of that.
However, the unit does
the commander is the person who will be full, will bear the full weight and be responsible. And what I'm looking at here now, right? You guys, it was an attempted murder and also a violation of human rights. Why give you the guts tonight to come here and talk about machine issue? They should session people. Your needs all on the blood list of America. You can never come to America. I want you to know that you can never. I don't
come
see
on.
No, I'm telling you.
Mama, do you have a question? Do you have a question?
No. Listen. They may going to sanction So I'm trying to tell you that he's talking about they should sanction government official who violate the law. And when we're talking about the law, he was one of the person who violated the law. So he should be the one who he should be the one who talking about the law. People who not violate the law, they don't want to be the people who talking about the law of violation. So what you say about that about that?
Thank you very much. Let me say this to you. The country we're at a crossroad. Mr. Boakai and his team in governance are violating the laws. Liberia is bleeding. From January 22nd till to this date, today is the 12th of July. Approximately 6 months in governance. All we've seen under Mr. Boakai is a violation of the law. And you see, what Grace Pay and Mamaka Belete is doing to this country is very dangerous.
But
this yellow machine thing has raised eyebrow. And let me say this: Belete and Mamaka and Grace Pay, Mamaka Belete and Grace Pay will stop.
I'm coming 1 minute, Ben. Again, Moba, I want you to state clearly what is your question.
My question directly about the human rights violation, right? He talk about he talk about the law being broken. They should sanction government officials who probably talk about the machine and maybe do, according to him, he said the government doing some cocoa G to get a machine and talking with people who, according to him, said BM, but which of course he just show no document. But for him, we have document on him about human rights about the man who violate human rights. So
so what's the question, Mama? Yeah, so what's the question, Mama?
My question is, why giving the guts to tell the Liberian people that government officials, no, it doesn't like you get so on your foot in terms somebody say the guy.
I think Ben, I think you understand the question. Can you take just a few seconds to respond to that question, Ben? So we'll go across.
So he will
thank you very much. You know, Nelson, when we come here to talk about how the laws have been violated in broad daylight and how Mamaka Belete and Grace Pen are negotiating deals for kickback from terrorist companies and institutions in the name of yellow machines, and the country has been shamed. You know, let me say this to you. If anyone, any Liberian, have issue with July 26th, issue with the CDC COP, or better still, issue with Ben Belief Topa, you are welcome to go to court. Take your pieces of evidence to the court. It is the court of competence jurisdiction that have the responsibility. Good thing is Joe Boakai sits at executive mansion. He's the president. It's on UP.
Let's read there, Ben. Let's read there, and move to Raymond. Raymond, quickly your question, because we have to.
You suggesting a person of Boakai? Because I keep hearing you saying Joe Boakai. As if you don't know he's the person.
Forget it. I mean, go ahead.
Come on, guys. Raymond, please go ahead. Raymond, please go ahead.
First, I would like to state my observation before I ask a question.
Okay.
The last time the CDC COP, which I think is fair, every Liberian has the right to discuss issues pertaining to our common denominator, our one patriot money, Liberia. But I also believe the discussion should be guided with honesty and a level of patriotism. But the last time we had the CDC COP as guests on the show, they never answered any of the questions. They went around with their prepared script, like recitation, and kept repeating themselves. My observation is, would they answer the questions? Will we have a discussion surrounding the topic, or would they be keep repeating what they want to say as if it's a publicity stunt, then a discourse? If that's the case, I want to know so I can be able to guide my questions. Because the last time they never answered any of my questions.
Okay, so tonight, as stated from the very start of the show, I don't know how you want me to go about this. The folks are going to respond to the question, and that's why I said, due to the limited time we have folks in the background as well. The panel is full tonight, so due to the limited time we have, the guests will respond to the question. It's one thing to ask the question, but again, the guest chooses, how to answer the question, whether or not to answer the question, and that's the other side of it. But we look forward to a fruitful conversation wherein the guests will be able to do justice to the audience, because the audience is going to be the judge and to answer the questions as they are addressed. So you can go ahead, Raymond.
So the very first question I got for Ben Believe Tukpa, do he think the U.S. government, a very serious government, would take information from the CDC COP, which is not a reliable source, that have no stinnings on advocacy or justice in Liberia?
Okay.
Allegation based on biased perception, highly political, with no iota of evidence, implicit evidence. Serious? Or is just a matter
Raymond, you
of
want to adjust the camera a bit? Maybe you just go back a little, so because portion of your head is not coming through in the camera.
or is this just a matter of publicity stunt so they can be heard?
Okay.
Because as far as my recollection can do justice, these were the same individuals and the same institutions calling for the shutdown during the campaign period of a radio station, which goes the far and the largest in Liberia, where political views were being aired as a means to censor information dissemination, so that under the radio stations that was caring about the propaganda of the CDC. How credible are they? What standing do they have to discuss justice and sanctions? And do they understand what justice and sanctions is about? Or it is just an opportunity to be on the radio, the TV, on Spoon Network that go far and loud so their names are heard and the CDC COP can be heard?
So, Ben, are you there? Did you get
So, Nelson, thank you very much again, Raymond. Thanks for your question. So basically, Raymond, the U.S. government knows exactly every pieces of fact disseminated from the CDC Council of Patriots, every information disseminated from our angle. The American government knows it's authentic, it's fact. Let me say this to you, Raymond. Raymond, the CDC COP in a press release on the 29th of May this year, 2024, we call on Joe Baka to dismiss Mamaka ability for undermining Liberia's public procurement and concession commission, the PBCC law, violating section 9.1 and 9.2 of the Code of Conduct. And Mamaka ability were accused of accepting bribe to secure a contract from the South African businessman Robert Gomen. And this contract worth over US 50 million in earth moving equipment. Despite our call, Mr. Boaka refused to take actions on Mamaka ability and that of Grace Pay. You see the aftermath today? The machines were brought into the country, paraded with the ministers. It became a major achievement to the extent the politicization of the military got involved. When a deal that the legislature did not approve, Raymond, was celebrated as quote-unquote a rescue and Joe Barker major achievement. Paraded with our country flag, taken to the barracks under the watch of the armed forces of Liberia. And I think it's important that the Army Chief of Staff acts very prudently in accordance with the law, that that place is not a political area and it should not be used for political posturing. So let me say this to you. The laws of our country has been violated. Grace Pay and Mamaka Village are destroying this country, and that's not how you rescue the country. Those two individuals are destroying our country, and we're calling on the U.S. government with these evidences and these pieces of substantiated facts to sanction Mamaka Ability and Grace Pay. Okay. They are a disgrace to the country. They are soliciting bribes at the expense of Liberian people, and today they brought the president of the country on his belly when Joe Barker had to come up and wrote that kind of elementary letter that even a tier 2 student cannot be convinced about. And I'm sure some of you said this popular
Raymond, you want to come in with your second question?
So my second question is, I hear a lot of political bias and perceive law being broken. Can this individual, Ben Belief Topa, who is an advocate for the CDC COP and under the CDC COP and their members alone, can he state any laws in Liberia that has been violated? Is it and against the law for machines to plow the streets of Liberia? Because that's one of his emphasis. And does he understand that Article 50 gave powers to the president as the head of government, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, to give command to the armed forces? Does he understand that the president in Article 57 has the authority as the head of the executive to do negotiations on behalf of Liberia? And when that negotiation is concluded, send it to the Senate for ratification. Is he aware? Or is all of his beliefs, because, I believe he got strong beliefs, because his name suggests that, based on facts or on the perception? Can it be found anywhere that any Liberian can research? He made reference.
You are off.
When people make references,
we're gonna come to you.
They make references to their audience so their audience can verify that information. Can you give any information that our audience can verify? Thank you.
When you read the Constitution, the Liberian Constitution, 1986, Article 34, and go to D, it talks about the right of the public to be informed about the same rights you mentioned about the president. In so doing, the president shall communicate with the legislature, and the legislature shall be part of the process, and they are charged with the responsibility in their separate functions. It is the legislative responsibility to approve that. When it is done, then honor the ambience of government. Before you can bring that in the country, before your minister of state, before your minister of states without portfolio mamacability can have the country's flag, parade that on the street, and take it to the AFL barrack. Take, for example, few years back, Joe Walker, in a rehab resident, would not take machines from his friends, asking Mamaka Belete to go and do the deal, the diriba in Liberian English, and take it to the barracks. It is all happening because Joe sits at the executive mansion as president, and Mamaka Belete and Graceful works for him.
Thank you.
Those two,
we want to hold you there. We want to hold
those two individuals go and negotiate and take bribes and come. So if Joe was not in favor of the deal, Joe would have effectively immediately dismissed Mamaka Belete and Graceful. But because he enjoyed their art, he facilitated them, he supported them. So that is the violation. So to Raymond, the CDC-COP issue is the CDC-COP issue here is gross disrespect and violation of the laws of our country. That is our issue here.
You didn't answer my question because you didn't state no law. You didn't state no law, and which law says that before the president bring the machine, the legislator has to approve it. Can you state it? We're talking about laws for people to be sanctioned, so we got to be implicit when we speak about the law.
Raymond, when a deal is done in an unorthodox manner and form,
Ben, we're talking about legality. We're talking about justice. What's the law? You came to the Liberian people without knowing no law. Can you speak to the law? We don't want to hear Ben beliefs. That your beliefs. You're not talking about law. Raymond, can you give us law than your belief?
We're not discussing
the question as
Raymond, you're talking about belief here. We're not discussing. They're not being led with respecting talking here. We're discussing the violation of our laws. You think that something where we're rubbing being led to talk. We're discussing the violation of the law.
Listen, man.
You're discussing something you know little or nothing about, Ben. So don't be rude on the show and try to insult people. So Ben, everything you ever did, I did it more before you ever tried doing it. You don't know nothing about Raymond, so don't go there with me.
So let's.
I am a recognized advocate in Liberia, Ben, where you don't step in my shoes, Ben. So
let's
don't
do
go
this.
there.
Let's do
Okay.
this. Let's do this,
Raymond,
I
guys.
hope
Man, you
we
can't
not
step
get
in my
it
shoes. What I achieve, you
go back
you
to
only dream of achieving.
Raymond,
No,
it's okay.
look, guys. Let's do. We need to have Ben. Let me say this. Let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this. You are a guest on the show, and we have panelists on the show. You have to respect our panelists the way you address them, and our panelists will equally have to respect you, because you are our guest. So let it be reciprocal. We can have the disagreement, but I think this conversation tonight should be about the issues and not attacking personalities here. And I
Yeah,
just hope.
nothing. We're not attacking personalities. You see, Raymond asked a question. He's talking about belief. He want to know the legality, and
Yeah.
Raymond understands full well. And I'm telling Raymond that the issue about the violations of the law, when
Thank you.
Mama Kabelity and
Yeah.
Grace Fair go and solicit
Look,
bribes from Robert Goldman,
Got it.
who is
yeah.
engaged
Let's
in
be fair.
terrorist financing and other activities on Orthodox across the world. The Americans know him very well. I said this is serious. There's
Thank
not
you.
a case
We
where
want to
you just
hold you
put
there,
things
man. Let's
listed
hold you
on your
there.
list. That's why I said it's serious.
Okay, so let's hold
You
you
know,
there.
being listed is associated with pageantry, celebrations, but the violation of the law is serious.
Yeah,
It's
I will say.
detrimental on the progress of the country. So Raymond
Okay,
has to know that.
thank you, Ben. Let's hold you there and bring Sandy on. Sandy, go ahead. 2 questions, sir.
Yeah, please unmute Ben so he and I can have a little bit of interaction.
Okay.
Ben, it's good evening from my end. I believe it's good morning from Liberia. How you doing, my brother?
Raymond, in as much as we have the opportunity to advocate for good governance for our people, to save Liberia from the hands of the kleptocrats,
Ben, are
No,
you
no, no,
hearing?
Nelson, we're not going to have this. He needs
Ben,
to talk to Sandy.
Press, it's okay. I got it. Ben,
Yeah.
are you hearing? Are you hearing Sandy?
Sandy,
Yes.
Sandy, my spirit is troubled. I'm devastated.
Sandy is asking.
There
Sandy
is
is
a delay.
asking as to
There is
whether
a
you
delay,
can hear.
Nelson. There is a serious delay.
Can
No,
you hear Sandy?
yes, Sandy, I can hear you. I can hear Sandy. I
Okay.
can hear him.
Sandy, you want to say something to Ben?
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great.
All right, Ben. Well, look, I heard you when you started your statement here. I heard you, and one of the things you flag is that you're doing this because of patriotism. You inform us or remind us, some of us that are out of the country, that Liberia is the only place that we cannot be deported from. Did I hear that correctly from you, sir?
Sunday, Liberia is the country that we cannot be deported from. That is the reason why we should not allow a cryptocurrency in Pennsylvania and Nebraska to destroy it.
Let's have a short dialogue.
Great.
I don't have enough time. Let's make it sweet and short. I don't have enough time. So you agree with me? Now you will also agree then that patriotism requires us to recognize our leaders and to accord them the needed respect. Won't you agree with that?
Thank you.
Patriotism calls for the leader according himself respect, by not violating the laws, by not allowing his ministers, the Mamaka Benedict and Great to go and solicit bribes from the man of Robert Gomez, who is involved in terrorist financing to bring yellow machines, violating the laws of our country, only under the guise of fooling political press.
Okay, great. Guys, let me do this. Let's do this. I think it should be conversational. Cindy, you have two more quick questions. I think the reason why Cindy requested that I unmute you is because he wanted it to be a very quick exchange, and then we can move to the next person. So I would appreciate, Ben, if you were to have your get your answers across briefly, so that we can just straight to the point, so we can go across. There are lots of panelists in the background that want to come on as well. Yeah.
Then I make it sweet and short. Some of us did not take LU from bike pass. So let's make it sweet and short. I'm begging you. If you agree that patriotism requires you as an individual to recognize and respect your president, can you please stop calling President Boakai Joseph Boakai and respect him the same way that you would call President Weah, President Weah, and at least attach the title president to President Joseph Yuma Boakai? Can we agree to that tonight and allow some of us to give you that respect as well as a young man? doing this on behalf of the country. Can you respect the president enough and call him president?
Thank you, Sandy. Sandy, Joe has disrespected all of the laws of our country. And when you disrespect the laws of the country, the country, let me say this to you, when you disrespect the laws of the country, the country will not celebrate anyone who injure its citizens.
So let me go directly to my point, Nelson.
So before you go to your point, I know this is your last question, Sandy, because we have to move to Francis.
This might be my actually a statement, and then I'm going to end on that. It's going to be my statement. I'm going to end on that.
Yeah. So just before you come in with your statement, guys, let's do this. We're on a national platform. There are people who are not even Liberians that are following this show right now. As much as we have this agreement, like we said on the previous edition of the show when you guys came in, we want you to call the president of the Republic of Liberia president.
That's it.
He worked for it. He deserves it. He was voted by Liberians. It wouldn't take anything away from you, Ben. It wouldn't take anything away from you. We refer to former President George. We are on this platform as president. So let's do that for the sake of our conversation tonight and for the sake of the platform, the show.
So for my remaining time, Nelson, thank you, and thank you for that. For my remaining time, Ben, I'm a professional young man myself. I have done a lot of skip level research myself. At skip level, I know who you are. And I'm informed that apart from political activities, you have no other professional activities. I'm going to leave it there. I also skip level Mr. Robert Gominde, whatever his name is, from South Africa. Even though the president has not come out to say, this is the gentleman that I'm dealing with, you came here and said this is the person that the president is dealing with. And you made a statement that Mr. Robert is actually a terrorist. I skip level him. And what I found, I did not find any
terrorist financing.
You will come in, brother. You will come in. You will come in. You know, I'm used to this thing, but I like to listen to people when they're talking. So please give me that respect. I did not find anything terrorist about this guy. What I found is that he's a businessman. He has been involved in South Africa politics. He's actually well respected in South Africa. I'm not saying this is the guy that the president is dealing with. I'm just telling you because you mentioned his name. I did a research on him, and that's what I found, right? But yeah, what I'm going to take away, Nelson, young guy came on the show, refused to call the president by president. I skipped level him. I saw everything about CDC is good, everything about UP is bad. This is not patriotism. This is strictly political. Ben, my question to you, and I'm going to end on this. Can you provide the Liberian people with all of the accusations you made here tonight? Okay, bribery of up to 50 million United States dollars. Do you have physical evidence that we can display here tonight? That yes, Mamaka Ability and or any other person within the government actually took $50 million bribery to bring in the yellow machines into Liberia. Can you display that? That's my question.
Let me say this to you, Sunday. I understand the high level of feelings it comes with when you are disappointed in somebody who you thought could be a rescuer, but who turned to a thief. It's sad, my brother. I understand your pain. But let me say this to you. Mamaka Ability, a grace pay will be sanctioned for doing business with a man who's involved in terrorist financing. Everyone who knows Robert Gomez, even the Americans know Robert Gomez. Mr. Boakai for violating the laws and for his ministers, grace pay and Mamaka Ability, involvement in an unorthodox and Nicodemus yellow machine deal to have money or $50 million pocketed as returned for their bribery in their clandestine operations against the state. Mamaka Ability and grace pay will be sanctioned. You can talk in your feelings or whatever the case may be. Those two individuals will be sanctioned.
Thank you. Thank you. We want to go around the table. So I see Francis is here. Francis is here to speak. I see the rest of the folks here. Mary has gone backstage to make some adjustments. So let's take Francis, then we're going to take Emmy, and then we take Josh. We take Charles. Now, it seemed to be that Fode has some terrible background. Let's say internet situation. He's not coming through very well. So I think we're gonna end up with Ben, and we can take Francis now. Francis, can you go ahead?
Yeah, Ben, thanks for being here with us. You mentioned in the beginning of your monologue something to the effect of this Crispy and the lady, I'm just forgetting her name, that you're calling for them both to be sanctioned, to the effect that they made arrangement, they have already got a deal strike and they are receiving kickback. Can you tell me the cost of the machine to the government, of this 285 yellow machine? Can you give me the cost of those machines to the government of Liberia? Ben?
Can you? Yes, the network. I didn't get your question clear, my brother.
Can you give me the cost of the 285 yellow machine to the government? What is it costing the government? Because you said you have information about that. Can you give me the cost? And I don't know when the contract was signed.
Anyway, I saw you doing your perfect key map over there. But let me say this to you. This earth moving machine or yellow machine, whatever you call it, will cost not less than 80 million dollars.
It will cost, or it has cost the government.
But hey, y'all, let me say this to you. Let me say this to you very well. I'm quoting the man who you said.
We don't have enough time here to go around this story.
The quote unquote yellow machine is value or cost not less than 80 million United States dollars. I'm not going to do a private key Mavia, my brother.
So basically, you're running around with speculations based on what you have in your account.
No.
That's fine. Thank you. I'm not going to waste much time. Let me go to my second point. My second point is not going to be a question. I'm just going to talk to the Liberian people about for those young Liberians that are in our country trying to better themselves, and especially those from the CDC that celebrate folks like you. Because from July 26th, when you guys had that protest, you guys are opportunistic. You guys are political mosquitoes that are just a parasite on the population.
Listen.
You guys, 1 month for protest, there's a massive protest in Liberia against the CDC government in less than a month because Henry Costa decide to hold you guys accountable. And you say, how dare you be held accountable? Y'all flip over the CDC and started speaking that president.
Can you hear me, Francis?
How can you go from bad governance to now former President George Weah was the best? You can have zero credibility in that country. You guys are looking for fame. You guys are looking for clout. You guys are looking to be recognized. You guys have no credibility. You guys know absolutely nothing when you're talking about. You talk about the legislation. The brother asks you a simple question: why the laws? You say laws are being violated. Stop rehearsing. This is not choir practice. You guys step behind in your group chat and rehearse.
Francis.
Go back in circle. And every day in the CDC COP. Y'all cannot make any actual comment because when I ask you red, you talk about yellow because you already rehearsed. So
thank you. I'm sorry I had to mute you, Francis. Francis, I'm sorry I had to mute you. Francis,
allow him to express himself. I think it's good for Francis to express himself.
Let's have a conversation, Francis.
No, because these guys insulted us and our viewers the last time they were here. They are used to coming on, already practice what they want to say, and when they ask any question that's contrary to what they have already practiced, then the whole choir fall out of whack. They start singing out of tune. You cannot come here and not answer the question and try to just spew your propaganda. We already have an agenda. That's why you are giving the beginning to spew your propaganda. Then when you are asked a question, address the question. But you are answering no question here. You talk about laws being violated, but you don't state the laws. You cannot call for somebody to be prosecuted or sanctioned, but you cannot quote the law that they are violating. You just go around in circles and spewing your propaganda that you already rehearsed.
Thank you, Francis. This is what hold you there because there are lots of so many panelists here. They haven't asked any question yet. So let's take Mary. After Mary, we're going to take Josh. Go ahead, Mary.
Thank you. Now,
For me, I don't have a question because I listened to Ben being asked questions that he should be answering and giving reliable information. Instead, he was paying more attention to how pink Raymond Lip is. I haven't even recognized that. So I wouldn't be asking a question. I would like to make a
No,
statement.
you stop
Um,
attacking Raymond. He wasn't attacked.
I never said you attack him. I said you was acknowledging and recognizing how pink his lip is and telling us when you should
No,
have
you
been
get cross.
answering
You
the
get cross with
question.
the man that on the show. You get cross on him.
That's what
You
you
get cross
said
on
when
Raymond
you
text
should
on
have
the
been
show.
answering the question for
But
us,
don't use me
brother.
as a protege. Go to the mail. You see the guy? Go to the mail. Let him tell the
If
man on the show. Don't use me as a protege to get to
I,
him
I'm
because we were
using you,
No,
discussing
no, no,
you,
guys,
sanctions
Ben,
and
you
Ben,
serious
left
get
the
matters
hold
here.
on.
question.
Yes.
no,
You
guys,
left
Hey,
the question and were
we have
praising
to,
Raymond how
we
big
have
his
to
lip
do this
is.
in a coordinated way. Mary, you have a question? Can you go to your question?
I don't have a
So we,
question. Okay. This is what I want to
Then
say.
let's move on. Nelson,
I
it's
listened
question
to
time.
Cody. It doesn't
yes, I
matter.
mean, let's
It's not compulsory for me to ask a question. I'm addressing the issue.
okay. So make
Go
a
ahead, do.
comment in few seconds,
but
Mary. So we move on
Let's
to
try
but
get let it
but
get
Nelson,
Toby
If
to
if
deliver.
I'm
I didn't answer
allowed,
this question.
no,
if I'm
no,
allowed,
yeah, yeah. Ben, just hold on. Yeah,
because
Mary, go ahead. Yeah.
take me in circles and say the same rehearsed stuff he knows, and I'm not interested in listening to that because I've listened to enough to make statement based off of what I've listened to. Prior to coming on the show, I was listening to footage, and based on the basis on which he said that these individuals should be sanctioned, one of them he stated was that anybody that is involved in such a deal that is going to affect and harm the Liberian people should be sanctioned. Where have the Liberian people told you for that these yellow machines are going to harm them? Where? And I also listened to Nelson ask you, Ben, that one would say the previous government was doing all sorts of deal, and you guys didn't say anything. He said to rescue is not to blame. Yes, to rescue is not to blame, but patriotism is not to select what government you want to be a patriot for, because had you not been in your party, if the CDC COP did not exist during the CDC government, then we would take you serious. But you guys existed during the CDC government, and you exist during this government, and you said nothing that was going on during the CDC government. There is two things here that you need to understand. One man gave his friend private plane to come fly in the country that did not benefit the Liberian people. And the other friend gave his friend 285 machine that is going to benefit the Liberian people. So why should the Liberian people be listening to you telling them you are a patriot and you are here to
Thank you.
advocate for them?
Thank you very
Uh,
much, Mary. Thanks a lot.
America gave people
We,
sanctions,
we,
so
we, we
maybe
have to.
y'all think the noise y'all were going on with that, the
Uh,
sanction was a witch hunt. Y'all think that's how America operates when it comes to sanction. It's
Thank you,
based off
Mary. I
of
want to hold
facts,
you there,
and
Mary.
you
I'm
have
sorry, I have to
absolutely
hold you
no
there.
facts at all.
I have to hold you there, Mary. Let's take Josh. Josh, please go ahead. Unless if Ben wants to make any comment, but Josh, you can go ahead.
Yes, yes, I want to make a comment and Josh can come in.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to address, a lot of concerns are raised. Francis, first of all, asked there were too many emotions, and I recognized how emotional he became, especially knowing the fact that Black Eye is violating the laws and abusing the country. So let's go to the issue about the concerns about you know the cause of the machine. And Marie asked a very good question. Marie said, "What harm does it cause the entire yellow machine?" You need to know this, Marie. When Mamaka Belete and Crispin go ahead and take $54 million as
But
move from a businessman,
recitation on your fault, Nelson.
from a businessman, and
But even
commit Liberia and commit Liberia to pay $80 million. Then you want to know where the $26 million is going. More besides, There's this whole thing, and everybody asking, including Raymond and all the guys here. You asked about Nathaniel McGill. Let me inform you this. On August 15, 2022, the Biden administration sanctioned Honorable Nathaniel F. McGill for alleged misuse of his office. Today, with compelling evidence of Mamaka Belete and Sylvester Grispen, who are standing to be accused of bypassing the PPCC law before our eyes, including those of you on this platform, accepting bribes and evading due processes and introducing earth-moving equipment financed by a terrorist organization, a blatant challenge to transparency and accountability. And you want to question the Citizen Security Court of the United States?
You have zero evidence of that kickback that they received.
Do you have evidence of bribe?
Do you have evidence of bribe?
You gotta show some decency as a woman on the platform. You gotta be decent, Marie.
I'm asking you questions. I'm being decent.
Guys,
I'm
no.
asking you questions.
Don't go there.
Do you have evidence of
Don't go there. Don't
bribe?
come here and talk down on a woman. We will not stand for that.
So
Don't go there, Ben.
Let's do this.
You can talk down on a man. We'll let that slap, but you talk down on a woman.
So guys,
you can't do that here, okay?
Let's do this, guys. We need to have a conversation.
Ben, you are muted. Ben, you are muted.
When you ask the question, give the guest the time to respond. And we need the responses to be in line with the question. All right? We have
Marie, it's been disrespectful, yeah. I mean, Nelson, when you invite us on the show, Nelson, I'm coming, I want to make a point. Nelson, when you invite
do not
us
disrespect a lady on the show. We're not sitting and allow that. You can talk down on the
Wait, let the man talk. Wait, let the man finish.
Let's keep.
But then when you would, they are to you and Marie, oh, you're finna call the gay, all the thing you want to tell her, but don't use that as a prototype.
No, Ben. This is a professional platform, Ben. We don't want to go there as much as
Nelson. Nelson, I understand. So
let me make my point, guys. Let me make my point.
Nelson, when you invite me on the show,
I want us to address.
When you invite me on the show, Nelson, as a guest, the parents are giving me respect. Marie spoke, and I said as a woman because I know mothers are there to discipline the kids and bring them up in the home. So I know mothers come will have value. So I said, Marie, you spoke, and I listened to you. So when I'm speaking, Marie should stop getting in her feelings and engaging me like that. It's not good. Let me say this to you, Nelson.
I got that aspect. Let's get George to come in, and then we can move on because we have other panelists in the background that are here to come on to ask their questions. George, can you please come in?
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to all the panelists. And look, my question will be very brief. Ben, my question goes to you. We've been seeing.
Are you on? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
No, I'm here.
Can you guys hear me?
It appears that you're frozen. That's what I'm asking.
Can you guys hear me?
George, not you, George, but Ben.
Okay.
Ben, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, please go ahead, Josh.
So, Ben, my question goes to you directly. Look, we've heard the president fumbles many times when asked about, that's the status of these yellow machines. On one hand, he's saying, they are gifts. And the other hand, he's saying, double jala to find money to pay for them. What do you think? Why do you think he's making these conflicting statements?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Josh. You see, Josh, once you take custody, the rights and ownership automatically pass on to you. Joe Baka should be apologizing to the Liberian people for the lies told about the entire yellow machine issue. He should take responsibility. Baka should have engaged the legislature with a written communication, telling the legislature, I take responsibility for this situation and Allah. These people are appointed as my ministers. Mamaka Belete and Sylvester Grispe went to work, engaged with Robert Gomez, took bribes, and brought these machines here with disrespect and violation of the law without consulting the legislature. Boyaka should have simply done the orthodox thing. And if
Okay.
you read the communication, and let me say this, John Malu. I'm quoting John Malu here, right? John Malu is one of those persons who supported Boyaka at the time. And here's what John Malu said. John Malu writes, he said, once you take custody, the risks and ownership have passed to you. Why can't Uncle Joe simply say, we made a mistake, apologize,
Thank you.
ask
Ben,
the
Ben,
legislature to recognize the situation?
I want to hold you. Yeah, I want to hold you right there on that report, and let me bring Emmy in. Then we're gonna bring
No, but I never asked my second question.
Charles will be the last person.
I haven't asked my second question, Nelson.
Oh, you have a second question?
Oh yes, everyone does.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Ask a second
Quick
question.
one.
Because you have to
My
take
second
it.
question is that look, we heard the president. I will call him president. We heard the president talk about not honor his watch. The price of rice will increase. Now that the price of rice has increased in Liberia, do you think the president is actually watching or is sleeping?
Well, thank you very much, Josh. Joe Boyaka is slumbering. The sleeper is more basic, comfortably sleeping in taxpayers' money. He's enjoying everything that's included.
Ben,
But
let's
laughing, he knowing
let's
as a
respect
question
the
for the
president.
they respect the president
No, guys,
on a platform, and he
no.
laughing with
When
it.
I use this platform to disrespect the presidency, we may have disagreements with the presidency, but we can use this platform to insult the presidency. Yeah, you can say, yeah, you can
What
use
he
better
mean?
words. Yeah, he's the president of
Nelson,
The
the.
man name is
he
Joe.
hasn't ignored the
Joe.
president.
Yeah,
You
no,
asked
but
him.
let's refer to him as president. He is the
Nelson, it's
president.
not forced.
But
It's not
I,
forced.
No,
Democracy
I
does
pay
not dictate
Boyaka
that.
from
It's not forced
taxpayers'
to call
money.
anybody any title.
Yeah, no, Josh, no. We have to call the president president. He is the president of the country. So Ben, have you concluded your response to Josh? Because we want to bring Emmy and Charles
Yeah.
in.
I said Boyaka is not only sleeping, but he has turned to be an industrial kleptomania, a kleptocrat, a kakistocrat, and a fraud
Nelson,
of a president.
Nelson, I remember being
He's
inside
the
the
worst
president
thing that has
inbox.
ever happened to this country.
My man
Thank you.
Nelson, no, Nelson, we can't do this.
Thank you very much.
So
Let's bring
Nelson,
Emmy in.
you no,
Emmy, can you come in? Mobile, you have to hold
Thank
on.
you.
no,
Thank
now
you,
hold on, my
Justin.
man. Now hold
No,
on.
mobile, we'll do our closing and everything. We'll do post analysis, but we have to go to the phone lines after Emmy and Charles. We have to go to the phone lines and take few calls. Hello, sorry, Emmy, please go.
Okay, he's got a phone line open. Well, thank you, Ben. Nice to meet you again. But first of all, I just want to make a few things clear before I ask one question. The country has been rescued. Just in case you haven't noticed that, the rescue was to rescue the country from George Weah, a mission complete. So yeah, the country is rescued. And then second of all, for someone who asking Marie to respect, I guess in Liberia these days, only woman has to respect the man, but the man don't have to respect anybody else because Sarah's time a lot of people have told you here to respect the president and you deliberately refuse. You keep on calling him names disrespectfully but you tell him Marie because we are used to talking down to women in our country and on the public platform. This is an intellectual platform. Here we don't look at women, we don't look at men. Everyone is held equally here. So when you asking someone to respect you, you should do the same as well.
Thank you.
And my question is gonna be this. I think I'm gonna give you a little chance because they asked you this question several times and you haven't answered. So maybe you never understood what they were saying, and I'm gonna give you a time again to do it. Number one, do you know how America sanction people?
Okay, you're asking about the process as to whether he knows
Yeah,
the
the
process.
process. Do you know how that
Yeah.
works?
So Ben, can you respond to that question quickly? So we take
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. First of all, the going by precedence, Joe Boyaka was one person in this country when we saw in the
Do you
2020.
know how America sanction people? Do you know how the process works, sir? That's what I asked you. Not about Joe
Yeah,
Barker.
I mean, I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for the Liberian people who are represented in this country.
I
I'm not
asked you a
speaking for you.
question.
That's what I say. I'm not speaking. So you ask a question, then you listen
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
answer. I'm not just speaking for
Let's
you.
no, guys, let's do this.
I
So,
want a direct
Emmy, I've
answer to
already
the
asked the
question that I
question.
asked you.
Emmy already asked the question. Emmy, let's give the guest the time to answer the question, please.
Nelson,
Simple.
right?
I
This
think
is a talk show. Amy is a panelist. If the guest is not answering her question, can she reclaim her time and make a
And move
statement
on to the
instead?
next question. If he doesn't want to
But
answer the
it
question,
hasn't
I
reached
think
that
that
point
you
yet.
vote.
I'm here.
No, but
Guys,
Nelson, you
so
are a
no,
Nelson,
guys.
you are the
This
host
is
and you observing
but
what's
hold
going.
on,
You
guys.
can't even know that what's going on
We
that
have
happening.
one host on this show, guys.
Nelson, mute the man.
Okay, so let me move the man. I say I'm gonna mute the man for it. So I'm gonna use my mute and remove button and everything. I'm gonna use everything now because from the way things are going, let's have a show. Let's have a conversation. We can have disagreements, but at the end of the day, it's about Liberia. Let it be about the issues. So, can you respond to the question, please?
Thank you
Ben.
very much. Thank you, Ami. Ami, the U.S. government can sanction on the basis of the violations of the law. For example, when Mamaka Belete and Sylvester Grispe are taking bribe, violating the PPCC law, and invading the due process of law, introducing earth-moving equipment financed by a terrorist organization to pocket millions in the pocket, that alone is an evidence.
Okay.
It's an evidence for sanction.
Thank you.
You on the same platform, Parida, when you said Natana McGill office. You said Natana McGill office. But now it's not Natana McGill any longer. The truth now is Joe Waka is the one in charge, and it is Mamaka Belete and Grace Pay. They are the ones now soliciting bribes from companies involved in terrorist financing and bringing in machines to the country. So Grace Pay and Mamaka Belete will be sanctioned.
Emmy, can you tell me with your final question? Yeah.
Thank you
your
for
final
the.
question.
By the way, America
Not
does
fully,
not
I
take.
think it's
America will not
not
take. No person just order America to give sanction, and they do. They do their own due process, investigation, and everything. That's how it works. So number two, how do you? No, number two would be can you? Because Remy asked you first, and I really want to know because the Liberian people want to know. You're here speaking for the Liberian people that Joe Boakai broke a law, so they need to know what are those laws that Joe Boakai. Can you name one or two or three of the laws that
Call him
Joe
President Boakai. Call him President Boakai.
Please be quiet.
No, Ben.
That broken.
Not Ben.
Well, for you to tell us, I'm quoting what he said. I'm not. That's not how I refer to him. Go ahead, please. Thank you. And that's my final question.
Thank you very much. And let me say kudos to His Excellency President George Weah for putting Liberia at a very appreciable level in terms of development. Let me say this to you. When Joe sat in the executive mansion for the first time, Joe Barker's major focus was to go after tenure officials. Even though the tenure positions were created and effectuated into law when he was seated as vice president at the time.
Nelson, what does it have to do with the yellow machine?
You asked question, Ami, you stated, so let me remind you, you said what are the laws violated by Joe Barker?
We are talking about
no,
the yellow
you didn't say yellow machine. When you use the word, I know you're in America, but we here too know small thing too. When you say the laws, LAWS, it becomes law.
The yellow machine. The laws
no, then you
the yellow machine in the country. That's what I said.
Then you are regret. Now you are
your question is well understood. So Ben, for the clarity, she has rephrased the question. So the law about the yellow machine. So please respond to that in a few seconds. So we take charge and go to the phone lines.
So if you come back now and rephrase your question, regurgitate and rephrase, then you create the avenue and you listen for the answer. But you say laws. So we know small boat to answer it the way you ask it. Let me tell you something. Joseph Newman Baka showed absolute disrespect for the law when the very constitution that gave Baka the power to do whatever he's doing over there, Article 34, and I told you all to read Article 34D. You get your phones. The content should be there. Read Article 34D. This Article 34D gives the citizens of the country the right to have the modus of operandis, the understanding about every step that you make as a quote unquote president. You are not running a farm of your own. When you become president, you are running the state. So Article 34 says the right that the Constitution gave you, I know 50 of the same, whatever, you have to use Article 34 to inform Liberians that Joseph Newman Bwaka, I want to do X, Y, and Z. So anything outside of that, when you go, your Minister of State, Grace Faith, and the Minister said, I portfolio Mamaka Belete go to Robert Gomez and negotiate with them to get kickbacks.
That question is addressed. Let's
the public procurement, all of that, that is a major violation of the law. So Article 34D,
I want to hold you there, Ben.
Article 34D was very respected.
Okay, thank you. Charles, can
Article 34D was very respected.
Finally,
Nelson, information, please. Nelson, information.
Few seconds.
Well, Ben believe Topa is misleading the Liberian people. Article 4D of the Liberian Constitution is honor legislation. And it has nothing to do with what he said.
Article 34D. And you see, Raymond knows nothing about the Constitution, so he lied with confidence. Article 34D, 34D talks about the right of the citizenry to have access to information. So Raymond, you sit on here on the show and say,
Nelson, can you put up Article 34D?
Okay. Ben, let's go to 34D.
Information was false.
I'm going to pull up Article 34D. In the meantime, let's have Charles to come in with his question. Charles, you can ask your 2 questions at once. Let Ben respond. After that, I'll pull up 34D, and then we can go to the phone lines. Charles,
it's here. It's here. 34D.
I'm going to start like this. I think to my fellow panelists here, I think we should know this process now. By this time, we should know this process. The actions from our brother Ben is a deliberate actions. It's deliberate. Everything he does here is deliberate. And that is the tactics of CDC to escape conversation and to escape the issues. And so we are not novice to that. We all here we are aware. We are aware of those kind of tricks and tactics. And so we shouldn't blame Ben for his inability to do research. We should not be blaming him. The lack of his ability to do research, that's what causing him to just say one thing over and over and again. And if you guys are paying key attention to what is going on here, Ben is actually reading from something. Even the people in the comment sections, they are watching him closely. They know how weak he's been. Our Liberian people that is listening to us right now, they know how weak Ben is. They know. And so for us to come here and just be arguing with him, a weakling, come on, man. We are better than that, guys. So to the issue, Ben, we talk about Article 57. I just want us to get a few points clear here. You mentioned of Article 34D that I will read for us.
Okay, so since you want to read Article 34D, then it's prudent enough that I put it up.
Right? Exactly.
Let me have it up in very few seconds. Article 34D will be up. But if you have other questions, you can be asking that question. Why I put 34D up now. This is it. Few seconds.
So true, Daddy.
2, 3, 1. Don't bring a so true daddy thing else. That is why people you can't bring.
Why are we taking laws from someone that know absolutely nothing about the law?
So guys, here is Article 34D.
Ben left.
Where is Ben? Ben, you have to come on. Okay, so there is Article 34D.
What Ben
and
left?
This is what it says. 34D. So it's about the legislature shall have the power to create counties, blah, blah, blah. So we come to D. It said to levy taxes, duties,
Yep.
yeah, import SS and other revenue to borrow money, issue uh, currency, mint coins, and to
Mm-hmm.
make appropriations for fiscal governance of the republic,
Nelson,
subject
just
to
take
the
it out,
following
please.
qualifications.
Yeah, take it out, please.
Wow.
Take it out, please, Nelson. Please take it out.
Now I opera real.
Nelson, please take it out, please. I beg
No,
you. Let
no,
me go.
but listen, guys.
Nelson.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Just,
Oh,
just
Nelson.
before.
Ah,
Yeah.
wow.
No, no, but I want you to wait a little now. So Ben, can you?
Yeah.
I mean, there are times where there are times where people have oversight. What exactly do you have? Do you want to put up that article that portion of it?
Nelson,
The
please
legislature,
don't take your time. Nelson, I can listen by
we
myself.
may think, no, listen, we may think,
No, no, I'm coming, guys. So the telephone D, Ben, you were talking about.
Can you
Okay.
read what you have, Ben? Can you read what you have, Ben? Your 34D of the Constitution. Can you
La
read it?
CDC and the telephone D.
I think you guys are getting the things wrong. The legislature
Let
are
me
the
say this.
people. They are people
Let me
representation.
say,
Josh,
let me say this to you.
please.
You see, you guys have been filibustering, especially Raymond and my man Moluba. You've been filibustering on when we say the laws are violated, and the legislature you say, the president get power. The president get power. But now you've been informed by the Constitution in Article 34D that it is the legislature. The legislature should be involved with anything of such done. Taking one of the loan or whatever thing to benefit the country, the legislature should be informed. And you read Article 34D. It has answered the question. It has exposed how you have been filibustering.
This is my time.
How you have been, it has exposed how you have been filibustering. And now, you see, the best thing you have done ever since was to go and read Article 34D. Then you will understand how Joe Walker is mismanaging the country.
Ben, listen. Ben, let's listen, please. Ben, let's listen, please. Ben, you have to calm down. We're not fighting here. Calm down.
No, my man, I'm good. I'm good, my brother.
Thank you, good. Thank you. And so Ben.
So you read Article 34 now, you understand it? Article 34D?
No, I understand the actual Constitution, Article 34D, not the CDC, Article 34D. Thank you.
Voila.
Okay, thank you. So if you get the Article 34D now, then you should join the CGCOP to call for Babaka Berete and Graceman to be sanctioned.
Hold on, Ben. Ben, hold on. Ben, hold on. Don't get mad. We're not fighting.
No, I'm not mad.
Let me say what,
I'm not mad.
Ben, you know that you are telling the Nigerian people how weak you are on the show tonight. Do you know that?
You do not have what it takes.
No,
I'm coming.
Wait,
you see?
Ben, hold on.
Ben, let me ask you a question.
I understand your tactics, Ben. I know your tactics. We all went to a questioning class of the University of Labrador. We went there too. So we understand the tactics. We understand how you guys, maneuver your way through conversations. I know that's what you're doing here. I definitely know that. So trust me. And we can go on it for the whole night and you will not succeed. I can guarantee you that. So the Liberian people are listening to you, the way you spill lies by telling them the Article 34D of the Liberian Constitution says something different. So I don't know which constitution you are reading from, but at least the Liberian people get the clarity. Hold on, let me go to my question. Ben, don't rush. Ben, calm down. Calm down. So to my question,
go ahead, Josh.
My question, we're going to Article 57. I believe you mentioned that when you were opening up. The Constitution tells us there's a word in the article I want us to underline: treatise. And in concurrence with the House, it's not just one House. They're talking about both the Senate and the Representative. Looking at the House of Representatives, you have your Speaker, the Speaker of the Liberian people, the Liberian people. He's from your party. The Deputy Speaker is from your party. How can you discuss the issue about the yellow machines and not getting them involved and just putting it on the president?
Thank you very much.
Are you going to read again? You reading from some paper again?
Thank you very much. Well, in the 21st century, I have the right to access my electronic gadgets. I'm not tied to you alone. So let me say one thing to you, Charles. You see, I like what the show has reached. The show has reached a very. This is the we're at the vertex. What joined the listeners and the panelists and everything? We're there right now. Let me say this to you. We said from the very beginning that Article 34D was violated. That the legislature, who is the direct representation of the people, shall be in the know constitutionally before any decision of search that inform the action of Mamaka Belete and Grace Fair to go on beyond. When you look at Bwaka letter, he said he with a friend negotiated with his friend. They brought a machine in the country and negotiations going on. You went and signed a deal. The machine worth $80 million. The legislature is not informed about that. Speaker Funati Kofa was not part of your negotiation. Deputy Speaker Thomas Fowler was not part of the conversation. The public got eager to know why their representative constitutional responsibility was not exercised. It became a national concern. Joe Baka wakes up and writes communication to the legislature and said, oh, though the machine is parked at the barracks, though my ministers was in fact, Baka said he knows nothing about the machine. Can't you see how embarrassing it is? And you read the Constitution. No, I'm coming. The Constitution set the basis, and the Constitution, Article 34D makes it very clear. So, Baka, the two things Baka failed to do. One, Baka failed to have the legislature approve that negotiation. Two, Joseph Newman Baka failed to have the Liberian people access of information. The Rio Janeiro Accord that was signed, that each Liberian citizen have the right to, it was disrespected. Article 34D was disrespected, and you read that. So you don't think that Joe Baka, who knows him a Joe Molu. No, I'm coming. Let me lay on this. I'm closing up. No, Charles, I listened to you. You read and all. So let me close up on this point of yours. You got to take other panelists. On this point, no, Nelson, let me close up on this point. I have a second to close up on this point. Let me close up on this point. The same thing Joe Baka did. In John Molu's writings, instead of Baka accepting that for the fact that those machines are under government custody because they were taken by the ministers to the barracks, he disrespected Article 34D. That has been crystal clear. So Article 34D has established the fact that the government of Liberia, headed by Baka, violated the laws. Article 34D. So for Antikopa and Deputy Speaker to the are not responsible.
We have to
let me take one last.
Let me make one more question. That's it.
We are out of time.
Make one more question.
That's it. I'm not going to ask a question anymore.
No, you already asked 2 questions.
The question,
So you asked 2 questions. We are seriously out of time, guys.
My question finished.
For the sake of our audience, Charles, you're going to make your comment and all of that, but for the sake of our audience, we have to go to the phone lines and take few calls and be out. We are seriously out of time.
Yeah, all right.
Those of you who said, the panelists, you already know what I'm talking about. We are seriously out of time. I mean, seriously out of time. Let's take few calls. And Ben, not Ben, but Charles will come back. You can do all in your closing. Let's take the calls now. 0555-101075, and the WhatsApp number is up here. Hello, you are live. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, they call me Bill.
Okay, you have 30 seconds, sir. Please go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, actually, I'm watching the show. Your guest. The guest is very arrogant on the show. He don't know how to address his colleagues. So I think some of the question and some of the misleading information he's giving the public is wrong. He spoke of Article 34, and which of course he mislead the people. The people keep going there, he keep arguing. You cannot be arrogant.
Thank you very much. Let's take this person. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from quickly.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Samita Cummings, and I call you from Coca-Cola Factory.
Please go ahead quickly, ma'am. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Nancy. Good morning to the panelists. Let me ask Joe, how do he refer to his mom and dad at home?
No. Hello.
Yeah.
We're not going that route here.
No,
They-
he
no, no,
cannot
no,
call our
no, no, no.
president
The
George.
president.
Wait.
I'm coming now. The president is a
No
public figure.
way. We were
Oh,
not
okay, thank
taking
you,
from him.
thank you very much. We should be willing to tolerate people in the midst of the different disagreements. Yeah, we disagree on issues. Hello, let's have you quickly.
Yeah, Ben, how you doing, Nelson?
Yeah, you're live, sir. We okay? Let's hear you quickly. 30 seconds.
Okay, Ben Tukba. Ben, this is Bud Dino calling from the state of Iowa. Ben, you are a Liberian. Ben, you sat in Monrovia when all that the rumor rule was going under President Weir administration. We call him President Weir. You call His Excellency Dr. Joseph Nima Boakai, Joseph Boakai. I know you have other person. You were born by man, but hold on to you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take another person here. Hello, you're live. Your name and where you call from quickly.
Thank you so much. My name is Jacob. Some of you said I call you from Penn.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly, Jacob. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Some of us
Hello?
Okay. Hello. Are you getting me?
Yeah, go ahead now. Your line was breaking. Please take 30
Thank you.
seconds.
I said some of us will wake up in the morning, follow y'all, listen to y'all to see what's unfolding in the country, see how best we can get some knowledge. For other guests, in fact, they don't have anything on the platform that would get good knowledge for others that don't know that they're unfolding. There is no need you people waste your time on sense of people that
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for your input. Let's take this person. Hello, you are live. Let's hear you quickly. Hello? Hello? This person. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Nelson.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Amos. I'm calling from Washington, D.C.
Amos, go ahead.
Yes, I had to do with your Ben Topa. Please advise him before bringing him on the show. The show got rules and regulations. He should go by it.
Thank you.
That arrogant behavior,
Thank
he
you.
shouldn't bring it on the show.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. We'll take the last caller here now. This person. Okay, so we lost that person. Let's take the last call from the local line. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, please go ahead quickly. Let's hear you, sir.
I'm somebody calling from Bonaparte.
Yeah, go ahead quickly. 30 seconds.
I just want to ask Adam one question. The legislators are talking for that the government gave is better. Do they have said that what they can respect the citizens?
Thank you.
Because all of the law and whatsoever that is told, these are the citizens they can do it.
Thank you very much. Let's leave you there. We have to wrap up now. Ben, can you do your closing quickly? We gave you 30 seconds to do your closing, Ben. We're seriously out of time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You see, when it comes to governance and when it comes to leadership, we have to take our individual feelings out. We have to take our individual feelings out. It's not about how we feel or who we support. It's not about who we want our candidate. After elections, it's about the country. The things we frown on, back then, the things we said were not good that we want to change the government. When we change the government and have the new government, it becomes all of us government. When it becomes all of us government, then it should be the responsibility of all of us to tell the government of today, look, you cannot do the things you campaign on and say were wrong that we changed the previous government and brought you. When you say you come to rescue, it is a huge responsibility. I've been at some point in time as a Liberian. No, that's I'm coming. As a Liberian citizen, I believe that yes, when you talk about rescue. No, I'm not exhausted. The time you give me, I'm not exhausted.
You get time on you.
Get time. Yeah, look at my son. I get my son, Leslie. I get my son. I'm not tired.
Come on, man.
So we talk about the Constitution here, and my sister Ami kept asking, "What are the laws broken by Joseph Nima Boakai?" She read Article 34D of the Constitution. Whoever read that got to understand that the legislative part, the legislative approval It was not met. It was not done at all. Secondly, Nathaniel Falo McGill in this country, like, oh, the Minister of State Office is doing this and that. Today, Mamaka Belete and Grace Pay are directly involved in violating the PBCC law, disrespecting the legislature, going and negotiating deals and taking bribe in the millions at the expense of the Liberian people. The last time it happened, the Ghana thing, were disgraced, the bosses were taken back to Ghana. Today is the yellow machine. Let me say this to you. Mamaka Belete and Grace Pay cannot be stealing and taking bribe at the expense of the country and putting Liberians in mud.
Thank you.
This is the time now that the Americans who claim and who have projected themselves to be true advocates and champions of transparency and accountability to get involved to save Liberia. For us, our core is patriotic. Grace Pay and Mamaka Belete needs to be sanctioned by the Americans to save our country from further destruction.
It's been a great time having you here tonight, Ben. I want to say thank you very much. We appreciate you for showing up here tonight on the Late Night Show. We look forward to seeing you again. This platform is open to everyone, regardless of your political ideas, regardless of the party you support. We are Liberians. This is where we come to talk about the country. And I want to say thanks for being here tonight again, Ben. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wabin, there's your current Wabin. Oh, the minute dog now. Okay, so now I will do 30-minute closing. I mean 30 seconds. I always say 30 minutes. 30 seconds. I'll be the last. Vasco by Mary, if you talk, so you got nothing to say. Don't Vasco. Yeah, they're gonna show it. So
let me go.
Yeah, after
okay.
Vasco ain't open, so he ain't close.
Go ahead. I mean,
you want me to close, or you said Vasco?
Do your 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. So I see a lot. I saw a lot of contradiction here tonight, and just in the last closing statement of our brother, that when we come to national issues, we should move our feelings, and after election, the government is everyone's government and not just one person. So we should do this, we should do that, blah blah blah. But yes, still, election is over. He cannot even refer to the president as President Joseph Yuma Boakai. But he come here telling us the essence and said that the Bakwana and Tony Jowiya when he's gone. So he's coming here, all of that. That's what everybody already dissected him and know what he's here for. They know what the CDC stands for. He's here to campaign for the CDC. Because you keep me talking about, you said, Nathaniel Magé did it. So that's why you keep me repeating Mamaka Belete and Grace P for 300 times in our ears, even when we speak Mamaka Belete and something. So it was not a serious conversation. They don't come on this platform to talk national issue. They just come here to campaign, and I thought it was a waste of time, waste of our night. That's all.
Thank you. George, Wida.
Thank you, guys. And just to announce, come 2029, I'm running for the Senate in Montserrat County. And the reason is simple. I want to get rid of Dillon. So join me. I hope you can come fast for me. Let's make our country better again and working. So for this closing, guys, it's hard, when people who were criticizing are now defending. It amuses me. I sit down and I just want to laugh. That's what I want to do. And because my brother Zeze here yesterday was telling us that, the government is just going to make people to talk themselves out and then it will make them shame. Thank God for the Liberian people that you voted for a government that want to make you shame, that don't want to tell you something that you go wrong in your own speculation, and they will make you shame by bringing out the fact later on along the line. That is a good strategy. I think hopefully it's going to work for them. But the thing we're going to do, gentlemen, is that let us make sure that we speak truth to power. I'm a very keen proponent of that. I just want us to sometimes just take up that heart and say Liberia is what we want. When the only reason why Joe Boakai became president or President Joe Boakai became the leader of this country is because there are laws. And the laws say after every 6 years, election must be held. And
Thank you.
we abide by that law. So when the law comes and says before you can buy anything and bring it into the country, because once you take custody of something, that means you have exchange value or being in an agreement. And that's why I also want to talk to my brother Francis.
Thank
Francis,
you.
I'm in engineering. Let me tell you, company can do work before they pay them. What they call, yeah. So guess what? They can even bribe you before they get it paid from the government. So don't consider that to be an argument where you say, oh, because the government not pay any money yet, so they put in take bribe. That's a lie. And
Thank
we
you,
need to
Josh.
be
Thank you,
very
Josh. Next
conscientious of
question.
these things. All
Thank
right,
you.
thank you guys and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Charles, for now we'll go up. Yes.
Yes. To be honest, I have to express this satisfaction. I don't think Nelson do the show justice tonight. That's just my honest opinion. Nelson allowed Ben to spill out lies, insult fellow panelists, insult the highest seat we have in our nation, which is the president. He insulted the president that can be his grandfather, and that is completely out of order. And like I said, the actions is deliberate. That's the tactics CDC uses to penetrate conversations. And so when we're having this kind of conversation with these kind of people, we have to be knowledgeable of those kind of things, because they will come with a whole script that was written by someone from somewhere, give to them and say, just go on that show and be saying it repeatedly. And and to my people in the comment section, those of you who listening to us in Radio Land, I think you guys have realized how weak those of you who believe and follow Ben, whatever he says or things that he do, or he call for protest, you follow him. I think now this is a point where you know how weak is that fellow. Ben is very weak. He does not do anything called research. He comes with lies, masquerade this platform with lies, and people on this platform, fellow panelists and agreeing to those lies that he's spitting out here. This is completely insane. And I think our people in Radio Land and on in the comment section, I think you guys can see how the guy is very, very much out of order. And at this point, guys, I don't know. This time we have to tell Nelson, we have to actually know who we bring on this platform. In fact, Ben disrespected females. Ben disrespected the highest seat in our land. Ben disrespected our fellow panelists here, and it's unfair. It's unfair for those kind of things to be happening. The first time Ben came on the show, he disrespected people here again. Today is his second time disrespecting people.
Thank you.
Yeah, so again, let me say thank you again to my people. District number 11. We want to say kudos, good job for the win today. We love you. We appreciate you guys, and have a good night.
I feel very sorry for my country. I'll be honest with you. I feel sorry for a country that gave platform to folks like Ben to talk about quote unquote national issues. I feel sorry for my country. I don't say this to boast, but I've traveled a lot. You go to other countries, you see a lot of young people devote themselves into nation building. They don't follow politicians solely just because a politician promises you some things, or you are hopeful that when that person comes to power, you will get some sort of employment. I feel sorry for Liberia. What's wrong with us, young people, that we take politics on our head and forget our own selves, put ourselves on public platform, lie to the people, insult a sitting president, disrespect your own nation by disrespecting your president, and you think people should take you serious? They affect your future. You start to regret when you start to hate your 40s, your 50s, then you look back to those videos, then you are like, wow, was that me? I will hope that people that Ben and the likes of Ben will start to change their strategy. I'm not saying don't be part of a political party, But there's a better way we can do that. There's a better way you can defend your political ideologies without being so rude to a sitting president or to your nation. Let me say this. I also want to know where the yellow machines are coming from. I've said that on this platform. I also said on this platform that it is wrong for the president to bring them without telling us where they come from. And I'm not saying Ben should not question that. But man, his presentation tonight just got me sick. You can tell clearly that it's all political. He's here to defend the CDC and to make the current administration bad because he doesn't support the current administration. That's not good for a young man like Ben. That's not good for a lot of people that are following the same steps.
Thank you.
And I will say this lastly, I also blame my country to an extent. If we have private sectors where people like Ben will be busy working and not dependent on a government job, you won't find them doing this kind of thing. What time do I have to go around here and be saying Democrat, Republican? I'm busy, I'm working. Hopefully, like Rocky, I'm encourage private sector. So a lot of young people like Ben can focus on other things instead of just focusing on dirty politics. Thank you.
Thank you. Raymond, Mario,
Danny, thank you, man. I want you to be my campaign manager, my man. We're talking behind the scenes. Yeah.
They don't beat you.
Yeah, you speak very well. You know, I can enjoy
Basco,
you.
what do you want to say? What you got? What
George, it's my time to speak. Can I speak now without interference? So,
the man with a pink lip.
Bank believed Tupac came here lazy, didn't have any reliance to argue. And we tried to ask him the hard questions. He went out to talk about something that the ladies are attracted to. And I'm proud to have a pink lips. And I know how much compliment I get from the ladies for this. And besides,
go to the topic
I want to inform Ben Belief Topa I'm a champion for youth involvement and advocacy. I'm not just a champion because I say so, because the track records are there. When I was in college doing 24 credit hours, I was also heading a youth program. Not just one, but several. Namely, the Youth Drop-In Center at the Children Assistance Program, CAP, that have impacted thousands of young people in Liberia that I'm proud of, that are contributing and giving back to Liberia in a lot of ways. One of my colleagues from the Youth Drop-In Center, let me stop there. But I was also involved in bringing President George Weah and the Vice President Joel Howard Taylor to say yes for children. When I worked with colleagues like Benedict Dawson and Evans Adolphus. I was involved with the disarmament of child soldiers in Liberia. That's how much we have contributed. And Ben Belief Topa, this Raymond that you're trying to shame, became director of public buildings for construction and maintenance, the Republic of Liberia. I went to school, I earned a degree from the Polytechnic in architecture and in engineering. I came to the USA, I got involved with the preservation of historical buildings in Philadelphia. The city of Philadelphia knows me. The former mayor of Philadelphia knows me. I've gotten on radio station and I've been in newspaper for my engineering works. Ben believes Topa, that's what it takes to become a young person, acquire some skills, acquire some profession that you can give back to society. Wherever you go, it works. This is not about myself, but because you brought me up, it's the first time I'm saying some of these things so that people know. And I will encourage every young person, including those in the COP, CDC, to take their time and energy and put it to productive things, worthwhile things that can help society. Again, let me speak to this thing called summators. In engineering, there's a word called summators. It's spelled SUBMATTAL. What it means, that before you apply a thing or material or equipment, The contractor submitted to the owner for the owner to verify the quality and approve it. So what you see in Liberia is called submitters, where the goods is in the hand of the person that will use it to verify whether that's what they want and is adequate for the tax at hand. So there's no law broken. The president don't have an agreement or a contract, and I did contract management as well. And somebody asked today, why the company not register in Liberia? This contract is an international contract. The company don't have to be registered. It was Musa Ability. Musa Ability, I did contract management. When you're dealing with an international contract, the person don't have to be registered in your country for them to ship into your country. So to answer that question, and what we have on hand in the barracks is submitters, where the Liberian people can verify, the legislators can walk and see it. When they're deliberating on whether they should approve it or not, they can ask people who are operators in Liberia to go on the machine, verify the machine, and see what they're doing. That's a better way to do business than to it be in China or whatever country. You sign a contract, you pay money before it comes. So kudos to President Walker for taking the Liberian people issues serious, negotiating on behalf of Liberia. And when he has gotten completed with the negotiation phase, he would then submit it on to our legislators for approval, and then Liberia will do business with this contractor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mary.
That was the longest submission, my man.
Yeah, the man got to express itself because Ben talk about
Thank
Pinley.
you.
I know when coming from with Pinley. What man are you discussing your friend Pinley?
Thank you, Marva. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. You're a little bit freezing first. Go ahead, Marie.
Thank you. You know, I too, Sandy, I was sitting here prior to you talking, and I felt for Liberia. And if I should make any suggestion to the president and the minister of education, is the need to relocate the University of Liberia, because the position for which the University of Liberia sits, the lawmakers have used that university students to involve them so much into politics, where they are not paying attention to what they're actually supposed to be focused on, which is their education and working towards future building and nation building. So there is a need to relocate where the students can go away and actually learn. Because I'm not speaking to all LU students, but for people like Ben, in his opinion, speaking BB book like Jefferson Koji taught him is actually being learned, and he's educated. Under normal circumstances, for my first interaction with Ben, I wouldn't sit on the same platform with him because I feel like he's intimidated by me. So I'm unbothered by what he said earlier about me. Because when I sit on a platform with someone, when a guest is coming on a platform, you want to learn from that person based on the information that they're providing. But this individual sat here the entire time reading from messages and notes that was being sent to him, and can't even comprehend the questions that were being asked to him. So he's clearly intimidated by me. So he had to go with the female card. So that's okay. But I just want to say, I too believe that there are missteps when it comes to the procurement of these machines. However, the machines are what the Liberian people need right now. Many of the lawmakers pretend as if they're interested in these machines, but actually they're not. And this is why the Liberian people should know that they are not interested in it. Because you see that your small role in your community that have not been fixed since they were representative for 12 years, 18 years, or 6 years, they want that role to stay like that till 2029. When 2029 comes, they will come to your community and face that role so they can use the role facing to gain your vote. But when Joseph Boakai take care of these things, with the machines that would be available, there will be no roles for them to fool you with to say, okay, give me your vote because I'm building this small role. So many of them are not interested in the government improving the lives of the Liberian people because they want you to stay where you are so that they will come back to you and give you something in return for your vote. But when the roles are fixed, then you will actually want to listen to what they have to say, because many of them don't come to you guys and actually explain and tell you what they have and what are their plans for the district. Instead, they comes in doing favor like bringing back a rice and facing small community road to get your vote. Moving forward, for my suggestion to Nelson is that when an individual like Ben, I wouldn't be on a platform with him again because he's not educated enough to sit on the same platform with me. My opinion, anybody can take it how they want to see it. Moving forward, when a person like Ben is coming on the Spoon Show, people like that come on this show to get publicity, to give their message across. And Spoon should make it compulsory for him to identify the president by his title. Because if you said the government is all of us, government election is over, the president is also all of us president. So if he cannot identify the president by his title, he should not be given a platform to relay his message across. Thank you.
Pascal, 2 seconds.
100%. I agree with you 100%.
Okay, so I mean,
but don't repeat what I meant. What I meant, sir.
You will give me chance or not, so I can go on.
Because that recitation
right now, the president of the Republic of Liberia is a suspect of criminality. He is a suspect.
I mean, why you laughing?
Criminal suspect right now. Because he has broken the law. This man took an oath to protect and defend our Constitution. So I don't know where some of you guys reading from. Or you want us to come on the show to teach you how to go in the Constitution and read the laws. And which your code will not do it. We'll tell you go and read Article 34. So when they say go read Article 34, Article 34 get baby then. Don't just go read the 34. So you see 34 and you read it, you can't say that and say, oh, they may lie, they may lie. When you read the 34, go down, they get a small baby then. So go see that 34.
D. That's what they mention 34D. They will read 34D. One of the baby. One of the baby.
Where is it? Where is it?
That the baby
he said
34D.
Y'all listen now. The president violated our law. The president also violated the PPC law, the PPCC law. Let me call a section for you. Part 5, section 47. Go and read it. Okay? And I know when I say part 5, section 47, that's the amended law of the PPCC. Go and read it. Well, get your own thing, you're going to read it. I know when Ben then come on a show, it intimidate you. Because you guys are not intellectual enough to stand the power of Ben. I want to see those guys go on various radio stations every time. You just keep to politics on Spoon. People who don't know you coming here on Spoon. So they made appearance on the show, and this show is Nancy telling us everything that this show is for like the Liberian people. So you will not just expect people to come from the yellow machine / rescue or to be here. There will be people coming from diverse backgrounds.
Somebody asking you, say, why are you starting classroom?
Explain to the Liberian people how they see things
Pascal,
and how they feel it.
Thank you. Because
so
they
see, the men are made Remo going calling all a portfolio here. That you also hear your portfolio.
Remo only lay up. Listen, Remo only lay up mouth for the medical girl career. It should depend on politics. That's all Remo trying to lay.
Constitution, you're not going to read the Constitution. Then you say the man lie, the man lie.
The man lie. You said that like lying the Constitution.
The man said 34D. What else is 34D again? Somebody don't know how to read.
34D say.
Hey, that's somebody don't know how to read.
Go read
Go
telephone.
sleep, man.
What telephone
Read
you say?
telephone. Article telephone.
Yeah,
I mean, these are triplets, not twins. These are triplets.
Don't,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Guys, let me finish, please. We gotta go.
Finish. So the president right now, he is a suspect of criminality.
Thank you.
I don't know whether you already read the letter the president sent. Gentleman agreement with one of your friends.
Everybody got different way of
Yeah,
understanding the
listen
letter.
now. Gentleman agreement with one of your friends. Then you get our country flag. On you and your friend, gentleman agreement. You're paraded on machine in the street with your top brass from the Ministry of State. You took those gentleman agreement machine and carry it. Keep it to our barracks.
Thank you. Thank you. That we gotta go, my man.
5 seconds. 5 seconds, please.
No, you get no second yet. Your turn over. No second. You finish. You know how to read the Constitution. Like you are saying the man lying.
Vasco, don't be the version or Kev, man, please.
No, I didn't come on the show today because I was sitting in the barroom. I had George here and I had Ben here. So no one me coming.
The man
I
said
would
baby
never
D.
be able to go out.
They are all weakling.
man,
They
all
are
right,
all
all right,
weakling.
Josh.
You know why I don't get
Okay,
angry
when
with
the show finish,
Vasco?
I'll sit on your
You know why I don't get
Charles,
angry?
Charles, you can say any other thing, but you can't say I'm a weakling. You can't do that.
You know why I don't get angry with Vasco when he throw jabs? Vasco is so tolerant, so when he throw jab, I take it as. And besides Vasco, that my big brother. When we're in college on 12th Street, Vasco was my big brother, so I can't talk back to my big brother. I don't tradition.
And the man, Raymond, the message is Zoe.
I mean, the man of my big brother, I can't talk back to my big brother. Anything Vasco say about me, he right.
Next time, don't let him man.
Yeah, the message put lipstick.
Portfolio on the show. I beg you.
Vasco,
why you
not on my portfolio. I just post something to motivate him. And I told Ben he can only wish to walk in my footsteps.
But the people that used to be on the platform that used to call Joey, that the same people that say we should call president. How things change so fast?
No. Every time.
The show is to call president, we are Joey. Now you're saying we don't stop now. Yeah, they used to call him Joey right here.
Now
it changed. We now want to stop doing president, honorable. Yeah, big girl, man. Now come out here, I will call him JMB.
Yeah, Elioma won, right? Elioma won. Let it call him. And need they want to call him, but
me, I ain't got problem with
the president. The way you were referring to the president,
Vasco, you can call him President Baka. Why your brother?
unnecessary.
Okay, from today,
peer pressure got Vasco tonight. He always
no problem.
I will be calling the man Joe.
But you know how many times I call you Baga? You
peer pressure, Vasco.
You know, but why
peer pressure on you?
The many Peter.
Your baby brother got peer pressure on you. You always call him President Baka. Why you want Ben Bidi, whatever, to have peer pressure on you?
No, they're not peer pressure. I'm
telling you, everybody have the right to call
the president how they want to call him.
No, Vasco, this is my point, right?
That president thing, I just title.
So Vasco, no, it's not just a title. Vasco is an office. Vasco is an office. It's not even just it's not a title.
20 minutes now. All of you asking questions.
I mean, close.
You don't earn presidency. You don't earn the title president. You don't earn it. It bestow on you.
Vasco and George.
You don't go work to earn it. No.
You earn it by being elected by the people. At the highest earning you can get. The vast majority of the
people select you. They select you.
No, they elect. It's not called select.
Okay, they elect you. That's the same thing.
Yeah, so you earn it.
That's not earning.
No, it's earning.
No, when you work for it, they're not earning. They say you sat down to do a course work for something, you earn it. Or you
earning doesn't mean course work. No, earning doesn't mean course work.
I mean, I see you say again. You say how to go. You say road fund 25%. All that thing there.
You don't know that.
We are going to argue.
You don't know that road fund 25% of the road fund is for maintenance purposes.
Yeah, President Baga don't say that.
Yeah, but what made a whole on it now? What made a whole?
25% of the road fund.
And they say them forget it because you're
It's
not
for
paying.
it's for maintenance purposes.
Man, right?
Yeah, but you said I pay for the machines. Who can go?
But the president got an option to use it. The president got an option to use it.
Why is not using it? Why is not using it?
It's with
I
his
dare you to
discretion.
use it.
It's with
I
his
dare you to
discretion,
use
not
it.
mine. It's with his discretion, not mine. I'm not the president of
When
Liberia.
you use it, we impinge him. Ain't try it. Go tell him to try
How
it.
can the president go use the road phone?
No, leave.
But you don't know that the purpose of the road fund. Vasco, y'all gotta read about things before y'all come to discuss
all
it.
the money they've been giving them for gas plate.
That's the purpose of the road fund, Vasco.
Put in the chat room or read
Research.
No, you can go research it, Vasco. I gotta put it there for you.
It's funny how the lawmaker trying to figure out how we
I
will
give you the
maintain
name.
machine,
Go check
but
the road fund
Nigerians are
act.
maintaining
Go
their
read the
car,
road
they
fund
will
act.
30,000 gas every month. We maintaining their car, but they don't know how we maintain the machine.
Exactly.
Can you imagine the
Where about the
hypocrisy?
one Joe Baga get info here? The green machine are there.
It's not Joe Boyka. Just stop informing the people. It's not Joe Boyka.
He was the agriculture minister. He was the agriculture minister.
No, you don't know nothing about the thing. You don't know nothing about the thing. George Miller, you don't know nothing about what you just trying to discuss. Joseph Boyka wasn't agriculture minister. The mission in Lofa went doing Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration when he was vice president.
He was vice president. He was responsible for that portfolio because he comes from agriculture background. So he was controlling that portfolio.
It's
a project.
It's a private entity that signed an agreement with the
government.
No, not the government of Liberia. The government of Liberia had no say.
Come on.
But man,
That's
Boyka
not
was
true,
the
man.
one.
It was signed with.
That entire project.
That's not true. The things you don't know, you want to run with it. Why you can't just take time and go read?
Research. That's why suffering.
Why you can't go and read?
My man, Macintosh was the one that was on top of that thing.
Of research.
Why you can't go and read? The thing in black and white. Why you can't go and read?
Who brought out
Why you can't go and read? It's the same question. Why you can't go and read?
Who arranged that deal?
Why can't you go and read?
When you don't want to, you get patient to
Why you can't go and read?
Arrest project.
Why you can't go and read?
And they took it to
My brother, I challenge you to go find any paper on that rest project and that substantiate your claim.
Not associated with any success. President Boyka is not associated with any success. Not just pray for him. Let's pray for him. Because we want a better country.
Moba is not controlling the show. Moba is not controlling the show. The show has gone here. The show has gone here.
And our Thursday gave me
Moba is not controlling.
Marie, you can't be on the show and be writing the comment. They talk about long thing here, Marie. You can't be on the show and be writing about long comment. Yeah, not correct.
Marie,
all that you finish writing now. Yeah, it's too long.
But guys,
yes, you have to be in the comment section. I want to be here.
I was driving coming home. Here's the thing. I was driving coming home. I listened to Charles dealing with me. Oh, I did well. I didn't do well. You know, guys.
Seriously, you didn't handle the show right tonight.
Guys, this is the thing. Let's agree that people will disagree with us. Let's get
stop saying that. That's not what he's saying.
No, we agree, but for the matter of
No, guys. The point I'm trying to make is let's get to that point where we get used to hearing the thing that we're not let to hear.
Yeah, but
we agree to that, but it shouldn't come with disrespect. We agree, but it shouldn't come with disrespect.
And let's talk about the respect aspect. Here for one. I'm not an arrogant person.
And most of misinformation.
Mary, let me come in. I'm not an arrogant person. I will not sit here and allow anybody to insult somebody. No, I will not do that. But in the spirit of democracy, democracy and intellectual debate are not spaces where people go be singing hallelujah, Hosanna. It gets tough. It gets tense. People will lose themselves.
Remember that. Remember what he just said.
Oh, well, we won't do it, and then he can say
what he just said. Remember what he just said. That's on the school party.
Guys, this thing is not a Sunday school party. There
Okay.
are times it will get tough. The other day it was Raymond and who went at it. It was tough. The other day, Marie and the fire service boss, they went at each other. Imagine fire service boss, Marie. You handle the man that night, and the
So,
whole country heard about it.
Yeah, but
so
Marie was
Nelson, let me ask you a question. Nelson, let me ask you a question. Why are you
Yeah,
not
doing
using the
Raymond
same?
time,
No, no,
doing
Nelson,
Raymond
let me ask
time.
you a question. We still live, so your audience are listening. I want you to answer
Yeah.
the question for your audience and not for me. Why you use a different standard when your audience are giving their feedback to the
Yeah.
guests? Why you have to cut them off and not allowing them to express himself? Or you would
Because
rather allow your guest to spew out whatever he wants, but the audience don't have the same right. And the show is being held for the audience
Yeah.
and not for the
And
guests.
that's Sunday school party.
let me answer that question, yes.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Vasco,
Listen, Nelson.
Vasco, my question not for you.
The
I
guests
beg you.
too
Don't say
might not
Vasco.
always
Say
like what the
Nelson.
audience will say
But
too.
here's the
So
thing.
the
Here-
guests should be okay with that.
Here is the thing, guys. Here's the thing. So I get where Raymond is coming from, right? In all joke aside, in all fairness,
Mhm.
we can disagree, right? But it will not be a good thing for us to invite a guest, and then somebody listen to the show, and because they have disagreement with the guest, then they start going behind the guest, parent to say, "Oh, how the guest man," and this and no, Raymond,
No,
Raymond,
not that.
will not tolerate that thing. The person was asking about who born a man and trying to go into
Yeah.
that aspect. That's what we
I
should
don't
go
think
into.
that particular one remember
Listen,
talking about though.
the reason
That
why
second
yeah,
Megan always
I'm coming. The reason why people will say certain things about former President George Weah, people will say certain things about even President Brakai, and will allow it, unless it gets to that extreme. But once it's moderate, we allow it. It's because those people are public figures. Those people are public figures, and you want for people to talk about why you running the country, and why
Marie, now go on the comment now.
public space. You
But
shouldn't be.
a follow-up question to you, right?
Raymond, you're not
Frank,
interviewing tonight. Let me
no,
tell you.
if for your audience, I'm speaking on behalf of your audience. I'm speaking on behalf of your audience.
Your headphone on.
But man, for your
Right.
business, I set up a studio. You can't give me compliments for that.
Yeah,
Man, that's
Raymond,
more
Wait, wait.
injection.
Someone
That's
said
more
something to
injection
Nelson.
for
Yeah,
you to
someone
get
said
a
something to
minute to
Nelson.
Then believe Tupac can give me injection.
I
The man,
get 3cc injection
the
again.
man are able. He in Liberia. The things I achieved in
And a
Liberia.
major presentation and you
3cc
gonna be
You
doing
get what you
injection.
So
They
the
get
things
together,
I
they get
achieved
together,
in
they
Liberia,
get
Ben
The
believe
man I was
Tupac
telling
can't
Joseph
achieve
Braga
it. And he
say
able to give me
they
CC.
left what they
Raymond,
want
Man,
to
that achievement business, yeah. It
imagine.
is a
No,
politics, that achievement.
no, but how can he give me CC? The man can only drink to walk in my footsteps.
Telling the president
Nah, man.
elect get to let off.
Not everybody will be civil engineer.
Somebody come
No,
here.
it's not about civil engineering. I'm talking about advocacy.
No, but
Advocacy.
you can't compare yourself with Ben and when kind of advocacy. The
Raymond,
only people that
nobody
follow the
know
man
you
in the
like
country,
Liberia trying to
nobody know you in
man,
Liberia, my
please,
man. Don't say
man.
that.
Stop
Don't
talking.
say that.
Stop
Don't say-
talking.
You can't
When you
compare yourself. You
no,
can't compare yourself
impacted
with Ben.
lives. I impacted lives. I have moral people. I mentor people. I mentor people who have become significant in Liberia and contributing. When I start calling names,
Don't get emotional.
when I
Don't
start
get
calling
emotional
names,
by
you.
it.
When I start calling
Don't get
names,
emotional by it.
when I start calling
Don't get
names, your
emotional.
jaw will drop. Ben believe Tupac having mentor anybody that have become significant in our country.
certainly. So, Raymond,
he can't step him up.
Nelson, you agree with that? You agree with that?
I'm giving you. Let me give you something now.
No, forget it. It's okay.
Hold on
It's
now.
okay.
Hold on. Let me give you information.
Ben here. It's okay.
Let me give you. No, I'm giving you information. I brought George Weah and Joel Howard Taylor together to say yes for children. I'm on the video with George Weah and Joel Howard Taylor in DC 101 studio. At that time, what were you doing? I was talking and advocating. I was speaking on behalf of the Liberian youth.
Okay, so folks, we have to end the show.
Then believe Tupac been there before. I wasn't political. I wasn't political.
Thanks to everyone.
Money. The time I was making $300 and something. You were not earning that money at that time. I was running a youth program. I kept earning 300.
Let me recognize.
I was running a youth program. I kept earning.
Guys, can
but
we
guys,
recognize the
I don't
You
run
a
contribution?
nothing
child.
before. I don't run
guys,
nothing
You a
before.
class.
I know
I
nothing.
ready to.
guys,
I
no.
ready to
We
go
finish,
into it with the.
we finish now. But first, I beg you, let's recognize few of our folks who have been here because we're about to end the
Jeez.
show. Fode Kamara, thank you. Noosh, thank you. Love T. Smith, thank you. William Hope, thank you.
Nelson, I'm the guest. I'm the guest. Make me recognize people, man.
Who may guess? You know, no guess here.
Man, I guess, man.
William, Gifted Sir, Dr. Ishmael. Dr. Ishmael, it's been a long time. You haven't come on the show. We hope we can see you anytime soon. Mary, what are you doing in the comment section? Okay, but then let remove Mary once and for all. Because you can be in the comment section and be and no, you gotta decide where you be. Mary, the only way we'll bring you on is when you type in that comment section that you want to be on set. And not in the
There's no law about that. Don't be
Mary
biased.
can be in the comment section and be here.
Nelson, there's no law about that. Don't be biased. Bring Mary back.
No, Mary needs to tap. Just tap there, say I want to be in the comment section or I want to be on set. You can be everywhere. Okay, I'm on set.
Remember, I enjoy that, man. You're advocate. That's good.
Okay, bring her back on. That's it.
So next time you can't know that you're not going by now.
Nelson, did you hear about? Did you
They
hear
get fingers
George?
so fast.
Did you hear George's announcement he made while you was away that he running for Senate? Did you
What's
hear
about
his
20, man?
announcement?
2029. Me.
Will you go take a shower?
But George
George
is free to dream big.
The House of Senate.
No, but George can make it. On a serious note, George can make it. I mean,
George
there are
is
young people in the Senate.
George is
There are young
free
people
to
in the
dream
Senate.
big.
There are young people in the Senate.
Nancy,
I would
When your dream
encourage
cannot
all-
scare you,
I
then
would
you're not dreaming, man.
But George, I encourage you to dream big. I will
Nancy,
encourage
I
every
will
young
do
person.
that.
Nancy,
George, don't even stop for
Daddy,
Senate.
don't you,
Go for
Daddy.
presidency.
Nancy,
Don't
No,
stop
man, they can
for
cause
Senate.
they can cause the president too much, man. So I don't
Nancy.
want my man stay young. I don't want.
I will bring you.
You want it for the 5,000 for car every 3 years.
I want to
I
bring you.
want salary when if I get to the Senate. I don't want salary at all. 0% salary. I don't want anything. I just want to straighten that country. That's what I want to do. I want no salary.
Guys, we have to go. I want to say thanks. But the other hand,
So yeah, did they lamb after they lied though? They lied. Take 5,000 you don't want nothing. You'll be the
I
lamb
want
of the
nothing.
candle
thanks to
of the
everyone. We
country.
look forward